Ballon over the. I mean, he has a clear chance. He has a clear
Look, guys.
He has a clear chance. No, let me finish this.
So those kind of stats piss me off when they come, you know, when they bring them up. It's just like, that's a jinx, man. Why do you have to talk about this now? But
keeping injuries down. I know people have gone on about if we lose Lukaku, it could be a bit of a situation. I hope to God it doesn't happen that way, but I just don't know.
The goal could be Kepa because he made the save. People would say Kovačić, he was okay. I mean, he done what Kovačić does, but
fancy as well about they've never gotten relegated. What do you think about that? Is that something to be like proud of? Yeah.
Do you know what?
Oh yeah, like he was consistently performing for us season.
I think you're missing the point, man. I think you're missing the point.
He's gonna play as a 9. Kai is the second. We only have two main 9 in the team.
Michael, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Mount, and Havertz if they blame behind the tackle. So the tackle's got to find the way.
If you have an agreement, that means there's a pre-contract or something. That was like we agree on this one. They just went to announce it. Let's just
but
that little touch, but listen, the little touch that he gets are more vital
To this particular style. Anyway.
Sorry guys, I was doing connection.
Yo, welcome to the Blue Lounge, welcome to the stream. I hope you guys are doing well. International break is officially done, over, bye, gone. Hopefully we can enjoy some real football, club football, watching the team that we love continue to dominate in the Premier League. Hopefully we'll do that again tomorrow. Today we will be giving you our match preview for Leicester City versus Chelsea in the English Premier League. And today's preview is slightly a different format to what you guys have been used to in the past. So hopefully you will enjoy the adjustment that we've made to this the stream, and I hope.
Sorry,
this phone is ringing. Right.
Yeah, that's my work phone. Sorry about that. It's gone now.
No worries. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this the stream and enjoy this new format. And if you do, make sure you smash that like button and make sure you subscribe to the Blue Lounge. Big up to Andon. Andon, officially the first, spot on 8 minutes. Big up to Andon. We got Shalmark again, top 3, silver medal, and Stephen. Big up to you, coming in third. And Tobago, always a pleasure to have you in the stream. Big up to everyone. Big up to you all. Big up to my panel. Today we have Dennis, the couch critic, a popular figure at the moment. He's all over the place, making an appearance on the London is Blue podcast. Big up to you. Welcome to the stream. How are you, Dennis?
Respect. I mean, we can talk about the international break. It's been a long one, but it's been a good one for me as being a Canadian, man. I tell you what, man. Those Canadians right now, those Canadian boys, are Alphonso Davies, the Kyle Laurens, the Jonathan Davids, and soon to be EK Ugbos. We're going to that World Cup, man, so I'm excited.
Big up to you. Big up to you. No, it'll be good. It'll be good to see, Canada represented in the next World Cup. It will be nice, especially with the young players that are coming through. You guys have got a very, very good squad, a very, very attractive style of play. So looking forward to seeing that.
Those kids MDT. Too, man. Those black kids. Woo!
Yeah, no, sweet. MDT, big up to you. How are you, my brother?
How are you guys doing today? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, man.
We can, loud and clear, mate. Big up to you. Welcome to the stream.
How are you guys doing? Everybody okay?
Yeah, man.
Everyone's good. No, it's good to have you. Eric Blue, we haven't seen Eric for a while. Sorry, MDT.
Yeah, go on.
No, I was going to compliment Couch about the Canadian team. I think the striker, is it Jonathan David, might have scored today as well for Lille just now.
Oh, did he? It's funny. He didn't even feature in the win over Mexico. They went with Kyle Lauren up top, and he scored the brace. But yeah, Jonathan David's a nice striker. Linked with Chelsea not too long ago too. Before he went
Yes.
to Lille.
Yeah. True. Yeah. No. Big up to the Canadians. Big up to the Canadians. Eric Blue, you've been missing, man. You've been missing for a while. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
Back
I'm
on the
back.
channel, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I tend to go missing when the international break happens. Yeah. I just wanted to mention that Ike Ugbo should have been involved with the Nigerian squad, but I guess we can let you have him. But
we'll take him. Thank you.
Yeah, look, I'm happy to be back, man. International break is never fun.
Nah, it's not. It's something that we have to put up with. I'm getting double vision. I'm seeing MDT in 2 different locations. So I'm guessing one of these accounts is off. I'll move the first one. I'll keep the second one on. Big up to Angel. Angel is back in the chat. Big up to you. Haven't seen you for a while. Welcome to the chat. And Chelsea boy 1, 2, 3, 4. Big up to you. Listen, lads, before we start the show, I just want to say something. And I want to talk about the Chelsea community, the fan base. I'm active on multiple platforms. This is my main one. This is where I do most of my work. I use other platforms to promote this particular one, and I come across a lot of people in the Chelsea community, and there's one particular account that I've come across recently, which is being active and it's been doing some good work, and I wanted to give him a mention in today's stream. I will try to share their account for you guys. Just give me a second. Share screen. Chrome. Here we go. All right. So this is the account. The account is CFC True Blue. It's an account on Instagram. Now, this is an account that has been doing a lot of work, trying to keep the fan base up to date and been trying to get information and news out to the masses. And generally, this account has been pretty good with good information and good sources. I'm gonna put the link to the Instagram account in the chat. So if anybody is on Instagram, is active on Instagram, go give them a follow and tell them I said hello and tell them that the Blue Lounge has sent you. So big up to the CFC True Blue Instagram account, and I hope you guys continue to do the good work that you have been doing recently. So big up to you. Now, in regards to the press conference, in regards to the game we're about to play, and I say we're about to play because it's literally hours away. Early kickoff, 12:30 p.m. Not the best time slot. I'm normally not even awake on a Saturday at 12:30 p.m. But it is what it is. So 12:30 p.m. kickoff against Leicester. We had a press conference from Thomas Tuchel, and to be honest, I've missed listening to Thomas Tuchel over the past couple of weeks. So it's good to have him back. And basically, he gave us some insight into who is available for this game. And as you all know, we've had a lot of injuries recently, and we've been waiting to hear information in regards to who will be available. And we were expecting to hear Lukaku back, Werner back, Kovačić back. Unfortunately, all 3 are not back. Timo Werner is the closest to playing. He may feature tomorrow, possibly on the bench. Lukaku needs a little bit more time. Maybe he will be available for Juventus. And Kovačić will be missing for a couple more games yet. That's where we are in respect to injuries. In respect to form, availability, everybody else is available and everybody else is in good form. Pulisic is back. Mason Mount is back. Kante, Aspi, everyone is good to go when it comes to the match tomorrow. And that really is it in a nutshell. Normally we have some other aspects to discuss. There was one that was a little bit interesting. I'll touch upon it. He was asked in regards to the contract negotiations for Christensen and Rudiger, and he indicated that we will hear something pretty soon, especially in respect to Christensen. But things are going in the right way, in the correct manner, and we should not be too worried about it. In a nutshell, I'm paraphrasing, but it does seem like we may be getting some traction when it comes to negotiation with Christensen and maybe even Rudiger. But this is something that we're going to have to wait and see what will happen in respect to. And before I talk to the panelists and we start to discuss the fixture, I want to remind everyone that we will be having a special guest on the show on Sunday evening. We will have Andreas Christensen from Norway. He will be on to discuss all the latest transfer news, all the latest Chelsea news in regards to negotiations, contract updates. So we will be having that show on Sunday evening, and you will all be able to interact with Andreas via the chat, and we may even open it up so you can talk to him directly and ask him any questions you have. Andreas has some fantastic information, fantastic sources, and is able to give you guys a good insight. So hopefully that will be coming up this Sunday evening. We have Boogeyman jumping into the chat, into the stream. Boogeyman, welcome to the stream. How you doing?
Hello guys, I'm good. Thanks for having me. Rick Blue, I thought you're not coming back. What's going on, man?
Yeah, man.
He's still not there. Good.
Yeah.
I'm here. I didn't say anything. I just decided to be quiet.
Oh, it's beautiful, man. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, just in case you don't know, I don't talk to Couch and MDT. That's why I don't say hello to them, man. Let's go.
Yeah. They know. Yeah. No. Listen, people. Today we have done a different format because we spend an hour or so discussing our predicted lineup and who we think is going to play in each and every position. Well, today I've actually asked the panelists to prepare the starting lineup, and they're gonna show us their starting lineup individually. I've done so myself. They will discuss each starting lineup, potentials, positives, negatives, and then we will go on to narrowing it down to one lineup that we all agree upon. But I want to give everyone an opportunity to discuss the starting lineup from a standpoint of a full team, because when I believe, for example, let's just say I want to see Timo Werner playing up front, but I'm only picking him up front because I believe we're going to have ex-defender, ex-midfielder, winger playing to support him. That's why I've chosen him in that position. So it's difficult sometimes to show that when you're only allowed to pick one position at a time. So this way, everyone can show their team and show the strategy and tactics that they think will be employed in the game tomorrow. And I'm gonna start with the couch critic. Oh, you're not ready? You're not ready? You're not ready?
I'm just so used to being last, like everyone.
I know. Then that's why I chose you first, because I don't want you to be last, innit?
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna leave Eric last. I'm gonna leave Eric last because I know he's still working on a couple of things. So we'll leave Eric last. We'll go Couch, then we'll go Boogeyman, MDT, Eric, and if anybody else from the panelists jumps in and gives us their lineup, then big up to them. But Couch, let's have it on the screen, mate. Show us your lineup.
Okay, so no surprise, I have Mendy in goal. I think the back three sort of picks itself just based on the fact that I don't think Thiago Silva is going to be featured, based on the fact that he did go to represent Brazil overseas. He didn't play, but just to travel, like coming back and, obviously the time zones and whatnot, I think that's going to play a factor in him not featuring in this particular match. And to be honest, to see him play against Juventus on Tuesday, which we also have to take in consideration, I don't think that we can look at this game in isolation. Like, we have to think about that big game against Juventus. That's kind of why I have Christensen in the middle. He probably, is close to, rivaling at that for that particular role now. Anyways, he's played a lot. Boogie disagrees again.
Yeah,
turn your mic off, man. It's too loud, man.
Boogie's making some funny audio noises, but we'll let him off.
Just enjoy what I have to say. Just enjoy what I have to say. No noises in the background. Listen, take it all in.
Breathe.
Deep breath. Yeah, and I got our captain on the right. I don't think there is an angle that you could see Chalobah in there, and I wouldn't be disappointed if I saw Chalobah there. I just feel like Azpilicueta hasn't played in a long time. He hasn't featured in a long time for Chelsea. So I really do think that this is an opportunity for him to come back in and give us meaningful minutes. And, the ever-present Rudiger on the left. I think the wing-backs kind of like pick themselves, especially just due to form and how we've been using them lately, more so as midfielders than wing-backs. I think on form right now, those guys have been incredible, especially Reece James, probably playing at a world-class level right now. So I don't see how anyone can supplant them from their roles. The midfield, a little bit more contention there. I don't think that Jorginho has come back from a good international. A little bit, his head's probably not clear. He could have qualified Italy for the World Cup and missed a penalty. And so, obviously he is a veteran and probably could easily bounce back from something like that. And, Tuchel would depend on somebody with his leadership and, his stature to just bounce back from that and play. But I just don't think this is the match for it. I think that Juventus is another competition where we would probably need him to be in control of that midfield and dictating the tempo and whatnot. Whereas this particular match, I do think that we're going to need a little bit more guile in the middle. And I think that Ruben Loftus-Cheek presents that, just his dribbling and pace and power and just his stature, physical stature, something that we can utilize against that midfield at Leicester. And so I want to see Ruben in there with Conte, just because I think that that's a robust midfield and we can get a little bit more control of that midfield area of those two in there. A little bit further up the pitch, I mean, I had Lukaku earlier, but like the pre-match just kind of just derailed that whole thing. Obviously, he's not playing, so I'm going to have to go with Kai Havertz once again as an out-and-out number 9, not as a false 9. I think he's just going to play as the out-and-out. And the way you talked about Mount, I must say, I actually want to see Pulisic play because I think that he can offer something different with pace in behind and whatnot. But with the way that he spoke about Mount being hungry and ready and like all of the accolades that he's throwing at him coming back from, his teeth being pulled out, I just feel like he's going to feature. And I don't think that Callum Hudson-Odoi has played a foot wrong since he's been moved to the left flank. So he deserves another go. Especially with the competition about to get thick and, real thick for him with Pulisic coming back, Mason Mount and whatnot. So that's my starting 11. I hope I didn't take too much time to explain it, but I think it.
No, you done a good job. I mean, you'll see my lineup in due course. I agree with your lineup. I have two different players on my lineup, and it's the same type of system, same type of style of play, but I've chosen different players to deliver that. But I'll discuss that in a second. I want to give Boogeyman, MDT, and Eric. Sorry, Couch, leave it on the screen.
Oh, okay, cool.
I want to give the boys a chance to give me their opinion on the lineup from Couch. What do you guys think of this lineup? I mean. Do you think we can see this? What's your opinions?
No, unlikely that we will see the exact formation. I'm assuming this is what we predict Tuchel will do, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I would like Loftus-Cheek to play, but I feel like he might still play Jorginho because he was saying he thinks Jorginho has personality, or I can't remember exactly how he said it, but he basically said that he thinks Jorginho will not be affected by missing the penalty. So I think he might still play him. That's the obvious one. I'm not sure about anyone. I think everyone else is fine, but he might play Jorginho instead of.
Eric, is your lineup ready?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's. I posted it on the.
Oh, in the chat. All right, I'll see it.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, brilliant.
That's good. Can we comment on this one also? Or no?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I agree with Eric. That Loftus-Cheek, Jorginho will be starting with Kante. For a reason slightly different, because I always think Jorginho dictates the pace, and when you're playing against a team like Leicester that have Vardy, they don't really sit that much, and they also hit you on the counter also a lot. So Loftus-Cheek game, we cannot be just running to them and they're running. So the game will be so we have the possession for 5 minutes. The Leicester will have possession also for 5 minutes, and then we have a possession for 10 minutes. Leicester will have possession for 10 minutes, something like that. It's just going to be like back and forth, and it's not the type of game a champions like Chelsea should be. And if Jorginho is not in it, we will miss it. The tempo will not be properly controlled. So that's the whole situation. I would probably rather have Jorginho where Kante is. In case Loftus-Cheek has to play, then Kante has to see Jorginho will be replacing Kante. But as Eric Bruce said, it will be Loftus-Cheek sitting and Kante, Jorginho playing. I mean, yeah, if I have to move someone, I know for sure that Loftus-Cheek will be.
I can see why he's picked Loftus-Cheek, and I would not be surprised to see him playing.
No, but tactically,
especially because he was there for the full 2 weeks training with Tuchel, right? So that's another factor.
And I understand that. The other thing I can't forget is Loftus-Cheek is not a good. It does not have impact coming out of the bench. He's not good at it too much. And if you start those two and you want to do something in the middle, you bring Jorginho. Jorginho will calm everything down. Or if Jorginho was playing and you brought Kante in, Kante will have a huge impact. That's what he is about. So I understand why someone may think this, but I'm pretty sure that Tuchel is going to go with Kante Jorginho in the midfield.
Yeah.
Also, from the beginning, we control the tempo all the way.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily agree with the fact that Ruben can have an impact off the bench.
He can't.
I think he can have an injection of energy and pace into the game. Like he hasn't really been given that role a lot of the time, but like I can see him having an impact, running at tired defenses, using his dribbling.
But he's
power.
Correct.
He came in many times during the game.
He's normally better utilized at the start of the year.
He came in a lot of time and just does not have any impact. That's the problem with Ruben.
Yeah, sure. Let me hear what MDT has to say about the lineup here.
Yeah, with the lineup, I don't have any issue with it, to be honest. I think Jorginho might start is just for control. But Boogie, you're wrong. Loftus-Cheek in the beginning of the season, he used to come off the bench. That's how he won his place to start. So he has an impact both ways. So because of he didn't have an impact
25 minutes. We'll
couple
be live
of games,
for 25 minutes,
that he
and
can't
Boogeyman has been told he is wrong. That's pretty good. 25 minutes. That's how long it took MDT to come in with that 25 minutes. Big up.
Yeah, I mean that's how he break into the team, isn't it? He was coming off the bench for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and the manager trusts him because his impact from the bench. So that's not accurate. But with Jorginho, I think we're gonna need him for the control of midfield because in Leicester is more like a counter-attacking team, and they also bypass the midfield with Johnny Evans' long diagonal balls. So we're gonna need Jorginho for control. But I don't know. I want Loftus-Cheek there, but then again, you need Kante for the second balls in case we're fighting for second balls. So those are the things I'm a little bit confused. You can't go wrong either way. You can go Kante, Jorginho. You can go Rubin, Jorginho. But Rubin, Kante, that's hard because you don't want to play that kind of game with Leicester.
So you guys don't have one eye on Juventus then, right?
No, I do. But this is more important. To be honest with you, in the Champions League group stage, the way the thing is mapping up, whether you come first or second, the English team, you're gonna have two hard teams to face. Either way, just two.
And
if you
for the Juventus game,
for the Juventus game,
I wouldn't mind playing Loftus-Cheek against Juventus. Because Juventus, I know for sure they're going to be sitting. And I wouldn't mind having Loftus-Cheek starting that game instead of this Leicester game, because this game is going to be fast, and we need to control the tempo.
For me, this one is more important than the Juventus game, because the Juventus game you have another chance. But this one, if we don't win, Manchester City win, they close the gap. And if Liverpool beat Arsenal, so for me, this is more important than the Juventus game. To be honest, I don't mind who comes first, second this season, not last season, but this season in the Champions League.
I don't even know if our place is guaranteed yet. That's what I'm saying. Like that Juventus game is important.
No, it's important. But if I have to choose, which one is more important for me right now? I think it's the Leicester one.
Because I say Champions League. I always say Champions League.
No, I think MDT is spot on when it comes to this, because we have pretty much guaranteed ourselves qualification.
We don't need to beat Juve.
Yeah, I mean,
if we lose to Juve,
we want to.
That sixth game against Zenit becomes all the more important.
It will.
Not guaranteed.
We cannot lose against Juventus.
We can't afford to lose against Leicester, especially not with the fixtures we have coming up now. We need to cement ourselves, and especially playing so early. With the earliest fixture, we need to try to put the pressure on the others. Couch, do me a favor. Go in the private chat and look at Eric Blue's first lineup and the second lineup.
Look, the first one is actually the same as yours.
So why were you hating on my lineup, man?
No, I wasn't.
I wasn't. No.
And the other thing is, I think SP also will not start this one.
Boogie,
that's possible.
Boogie, show us your lineup, mate. Show us your lineup. Let's see it.
So hold on. Before we get there, so Eric, you went. Okay, are we doing Eric's next or?
No, Eric's lost. Eric is lost.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah. No, but he posted it, and he's like, no, I've changed it, and I'm like, let me see who he changed. And then when I checked it, I realized what he's done. So, big up to you, Couch. You convinced him. All right, Boogeyman, let's see it. Let's see it, Boogeyman.
Share video file, share screen, I guess.
Yeah, share screen. Then pick the tab that it's on.
Okay. Oh boy. Screen window.
If you want to, you can send me the link in the private chat and I can share it from my end.
No, it's just
it's there. I see it.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, but you're sharing YouTube. Okay, here it is. There it is. All right, put on.
Can you?
Shall I do it? I'll do it. Here we go. I'll do it. Can you zoom in? Are you able to zoom in?
Nope. Someone.
Yeah, but top right. You see the three dots? No, the right of the screen. Go right. Keep going right. Right. Yeah. Keep going. Right. Yeah. Keep going.
Why at the end? Where it has your icon? Yeah.
Yeah. Go up a little bit. You see the three dots at the top.
Oh, you want me to just
zoom?
Okay.
You see 100%? Yeah.
Yeah, but would that change too much? It's not gonna change too much. It's more.
No, it's a little bit, bro.
Click a cup. Okay. So then, what do I do? This one? That's it.
No, you had it. You had it all right.
This is a disaster.
Oh, you know what, Boogie? Just send me a link. Just send me a link.
No, you guys are against me. That's all I can say at this point.
I'm removing this.
What happened to the?
I'm removing this. He's gonna show our pin numbers and bank accounts and all kinds of details, man.
Okay, let me just. You can pick it up directly. I thought I can share a picture. Can you pick it up?
If you copy you can copy the picture and paste it in a different.
Send it to me via Twitter.
Yeah.
Send it to me in the.
It's a picture. It's a picture that I put on our private chat.
It was it was on Twitter. That's why it's like that. If you copied it and pasted it on a different page, you would have been able to zoom it better.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, let me stop sharing now first. Boy.
You know what? We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you.
Yeah. Do some.
Try sort it out. MDT. Let me see yours. Your team.
Yeah. Why I had my, I was logging into two things before because my internet was lagging. I had to come out of my laptop and go on my phone. Just give me a sec. So that's why I had to log off because
something happened. I'm not sure what happened.
Who did we lose? Oh, we lost MDT.
Yeah, we lost him.
That means I'm in charge. Yes. Okay. Oh man.
Well,
you know what? I can actually bring them up because I have them. Both of them. Let me bring up Boogeyman's. All right. So this is Boogeyman. Share screen.
How do you put it in? Oh, okay, now I have it on paint.
All right, there we go.
Have it?
Yeah, there you go. All right, talk us through it, Boogeyman. Talk us through it.
Oh, whatever. Let me just glue this one. Oh, okay, good. So, of course, I have Mendy starting. I think there's no doubt there. Rudiger, the German clean sheet king, start at left centre back. And Christensen, because of the pace of Vardy, and I'm not sure if Taka or I can't remember his name is going to be playing or if it will be Inacho, but because of that pace, I will pick Christensen instead of Thiago Silva in that position. And for the right centre back, Chaluba instead of Aspi. And then, because I think we need speed and also at the same time physicality there at the back. And Chaluba is not just about physicality. He can also actually take the ball and run into the midfield and pass it properly. So I just think Aspi will come in once in a while, but we should just start going through a transition of not having Aspi be being reliant on too much or Aspi.
Boogeyman. In regards to Chalaba, Aspi, I can see it going either way. In regards to the back line, I can see it going either way. I mean, we can see Aspi, we can see Chalaba.
Okay.
The thing is this. I want to focus on the elements that are controversial on your team because you have a couple.
Which one?
You've gone with 3-4-1 or 3-5-2. Now you've got Ross Barkley playing just behind the attackers, and then you've got Havertz and Callum in attack. Now, I can see these three playing, but not in that setup. Maybe Barkley on the right, Callum on the left, and Havertz on the centre. I can see that happening. Because of the players you've chosen. Had you have chosen Mount instead of Callum, I would have said, yeah, this is possible. But do you actually think that Barkley will be playing ahead of Pulisic, Ziyech, Mount? Do you think Barkley will be picked ahead of those guys tomorrow?
Yeah, and the reason why I will pick Barkley to start there is because of the Burnley game. Barkley has played really good, and on the fact that all those people you listed, they're all coming from injury. And for some reason, the team that we had managed to keep us on top of the league during when they were all absentee, when they were not there. So I think Tuchel, if he was to be a good man manager, he should at least make it transitional. Keep those three, because with those three, we create tons of chances with against Burnley. We just didn't take all of them. And Barkley has his best game. And whether Barkley end up being on the same line as Callum Havertz or a little behind him, he a little behind him, he will always drop behind him anyways. That's why his best position. That's all he does most of the time anyway. So I think for sure that Tuchel may use Barkley tomorrow. It will be a surprise for a lot of people, but not for me, because I still think because of Mount was injured, Pulisic come from US. Who else? Ziyech didn't travel, right? Ziyech was still there, but I just think Barkley will give us more chance to pull pressure on Ndidi also in the middle, because Ndidi pretty much is there more there. If Barkley can just play around him a little also and pick up all his miscontrol and just hit them, we should be good. I think we need Barkley tomorrow. That's all. And also Madison, I'm not sure. I think with those three, we created a lot of chances last time. We just didn't take them, and I think we should go back with them. And yeah, that was behind my decision for sure.
All right, guys, what's your thoughts on Boogeyman's lineup?
I can't see Barkley. I just can't see it. Like, he didn't take the chances, man. Like, there were crucial opportunities in that game where we expected, anyone in those positions to score, and he just skied them. Like, and I'm talking about and the decision making too was just not good enough for me. So I can't see him starting when we have able bodies coming back into the squad right now. Mason Mount being a key one, obviously, and the way that Tuchel talked about him. But outside of that, that could very easily be the lineup. I just can't see Barkley based on the fact that Mount's coming back, Pulisic is coming back, and we didn't really see. We played Burnley, and we had chance after chance to score, and didn't take any of them. And for that reason, I would have to shuffle the decks a bit. It's not like Mason Mount is completely out of form at this point either. He was coming off a hat trick against Norwich before he was out injured. So I think he comes back in.
Yeah, I've got two players different to Boogeyman's lineup. Again, so I concur with the majority of the lineup. Two players that I disagree with, and also the formation. I'm not so sure about the formation. MDT, what's your thoughts?
I vehemently disagree passionately with Boogeyman.
Passionately? Wow.
No, Barclays will not start. Come on, when on that Burnley game, although we play very well, but if you check, Barkley was limiting the space where Chilwell normally want to go. So Chilwell didn't play well at all. Barkley play well, everybody play well, but Chilwell, Barkley was occupying the space where Chilwell want to go all the few games. So I think, not that there's anything against him, but I believe that if we need to win these games, our wing backs have to have the freedom to go where they want to go. With Barkley, he liked that inside left, right-hand side. And that's where Chilwell is dangerous. That's why Cho was leaving the space for Reece, but Barkley wasn't leaving it for Chilwell. So I don't think he's going to play this game.
Can I say something about what you just said?
But that's the only disagreement I would give you. Yeah.
No, I understand what you just said. The fact is, when you say the inside left side, Barkley always occupied that position, is because that will be the best position when he controls the ball. Then he has the ball on his right foot, and he has he has a chance to hit the ball properly. That's why he's always there. The problem with
he's two-footed, by the way. He is two-footed.
Yeah.
No, he is better with his right foot. I can
Boogie, I agree with you. That's what I mean. I really, really agree with you. But what I'm talking about, him playing in his best position, limit the other player, the other dangerous player as well, which is Chilwell. So that's where that Burnley game, if you check, if Chilwell was released, we would have been more dangerous as well. So who knows what would have happened?
But I think Chilwell should also. I mean, I'm not saying Chilwell is not. He didn't play good. It's because of him. But I'm just saying that Chilwell should also try to adapt to the new game. Like when Barkley is taking that position, because he was playing pretty much behind. If Barkley normally. Barkley should be overlapping with Hudson-Odoi, who was open that time. Who was pretty much on the line. But Chilwell should not be trying always to come to that position where Barkley trying to always control the ball and shoot pretty much. I mean, at the end of the day, I think we create with those three, or even with that Chilwell and James playing wing back, we create a lot of chances. And me, I'm happy. As long as we're creating chances, that's all I need. Because own goals, mistakes we can end up winning that game. I just don't want to play a game where we don't create. That's all. That's all.
Yeah. Look, I completely disagree with Boogeyman. Not for the first time.
Yo, I don't even want to see you here anymore, man. Can you go back?
Barkley wasn't good against Burnley, in my opinion. I don't agree with what Boogeyman said. I'm pretty sure Tuchel was very disappointed. He was very frustrated with Barkley's performance. That's why he subbed him off. He wasn't good for me. He was indecisive. He didn't take his chances. He did some all right things here and there, but we don't need Barkley to create chances in this team. We create chances fine without Barkley. We scored a lot of goals when Barkley wasn't involved. So I don't really agree with that idea. So yes, the team created chances, the team played well, but obviously it's not just Barkley, the whole team, there are other players who didn't take their chances, but Barkley is not a starter for me. He cannot. I don't think he's as impactful when he's a starter. I think he is better when he comes off the bench.
I disagree, Eric. I disagree. I think Barkley, when he has a good game, doesn't matter if he's starting or if he's off the bench. It's just that good games for Barkley are normally too far apart, too few. The thing is, recently his form has been good. I don't think Barkley will be starting tomorrow because of the magnitude of the game. But if he is starting, or if he does start, I wouldn't be surprised because he has put in the performances to give him the opportunity. I don't think he will get it tomorrow, but he could get it. And by the way, lads, if Barkley does start tomorrow, then I want every single one of you to come on in the post match and tell Boogeyman big up and well done because he's great.
Apologize.
Hold on a second. Why does he need accolades for guessing and lineup? You know how many times I guess the lineup right? I was telling you about the midfielders on
Exactly.
What's Barkley?
Nobody was on the pitch at all, and I didn't get no accolades.
It's what's Barkley, man.
Yes, I call Barkley. Barkley case is if I call it. I need apologies, man.
I can't. Kasim, you said something and you just answered what you said because that's why he doesn't start because he's not consistent. When will he have the game that he had against Liverpool in the FA Cup where he was fantastic? That doesn't happen all the time. It's very few and far between.
He will have one. He will have one this season. And that will be it.
Yeah, he probably will. But his best performances have been off the bench for me this season.
No, against Burnley,
and also more. Let me make this clear. Even if Barkley starts, I still think Boogeyman is wrong and Tuchel is wrong as well.
Agreed. Yeah, but I wanted to mention about Chalobah as well. I just don't see it, man. I really don't. I think he'll go with Aspi. He likes Aspi a lot. Aspi plays a lot of games. So,
I think the experience factor is massive tomorrow. Massive.
Yeah.
Was Aspi at the international with Spain?
I think he was, yeah.
So that's all it takes. It's just we have a full squad. If you come back and we need to manage our old players, Aspi is in that list. So
Wow.
for me,
He's not
Chalobah
that
starts.
old. He's not that old. He's just 31. He's not that old.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Big up.
I can see it. I can see
Big
it
up.
going either way.
Big up.
To be honest.
Big up to Loco Costa. Big up to Loco
Yeah.
Costa for the super sticker. Big up to you. We need a person like the Loco Costa to be playing for Chelsea today. You know. So big up to Loco Costa. Great name, by the way. Great name. One of the oldest subscribers on the Blue Lounge. So big up to you and thank you for the super sticker. Lads, I don't want to dwell too much on each lineup because we are gonna come to an agreement in due course. So I'm gonna move over to the lineup of MDT, and I have it. I'll share it from my end because I have it here somewhere.
Quick question: when Kasim is searching, Couch, how did you share yours and it was so perfect? Did you?
I just have the tab
Man's got
open on
experience.
the
He's
in
got
Chrome.
experience, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just opened the tab in Chrome.
All right, so this is the MDT's lineup. MDT, talk us through it, my brother.
Yeah, I was debating between Aspi and Chalobah. Last time when we came back from the international break, I think Chalobah played, if I'm not mistaken. So I went by that. I went by that because he might want to go for energy against Leicester more than anything else. And also with Chalobah, Chalobah is one of the most skillful defenders we have as well. He's not scared. He can dribble. He can carry the ball. He can head the ball. Anything. The only thing that he lacks right now is experience and whatever. So I believe he trusted him. So I was debating between Chalobah and Aspi. In the midfield, the reason why...
MDT, hang on a second. Your lineup is literally the same lineup as Couch. Am I mistaken?
Jorginho Conte.
No, Couch had.
No, I didn't have Chalobah, and I don't have Jorginho.
Jorginho Conte.
Okay. Yeah. I see it now. Yeah. My bad.
So yeah, that's
sorry,
why.
Carry on.
Yeah, that's why I choose Chalobah over Aspi. It's nothing. It's because of his stayed work the whole week. I bet because of Rudiger came early. I bet he's been working with Rudiger, Chalobah for a certain period to have an idea. That's what I assume. That's what it's an assumption. And with the reason why I put Jorginho there next to Rubin, Jorginho is for control. And Kante, the reason why I didn't put him there is because of I think he's been managed for one game a week. So that's what I was debating. If we play him to this game, we might not have him against Juventus because he will play two of the games. Juventus right now we play Leicester, Juventus, and Manchester United. Kante have to play two of those games. He will definitely miss one, and I don't see him missing the Manchester United game. And I'm doubtful that he will miss the Juventus one. That's why I went for Rubin. Because Jorginho, definitely will play Jorginho. It seems like he likes Jorginho. And with the forward line and everything else, I think most people agree with that. Because Mount, although he's coming back from the illness, I thought he will not play because what I saw, even at training, the photos I saw, he looked like he lost weight, a lot of weight. But I won't be surprised if Tuchel playing for 60 minutes, let him give his all, and see where we go from there. So that's why I choose Mount over Ziyech or Pulisic. So I don't think Werner will see Werner. Werner, maybe if we're winning or we need him in the last 10 minutes, 5 minutes, but I don't think he will risk him because we lack Lukaku is not around. So the last thing you want is to push Werner and let him have recurrence of the same injury. He will be out for a longer period. So that's why I think he will go for players that most of the players I choose, if you see, most of them been at Cobham. They didn't go on international break, or they came in. They came back early. So that's my decision.
Fair enough. Anyone have any comments, any suggestions in regards to this lineup?
Just the notion that Chalobah starts because He started after the international break the last time. We had injuries that time. That was Brentford, if I'm not mistaken, right? And we had a whole host of injuries in that back line, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know if that was much of a factor, the fatigue and travel, as much as we had a whole host of injuries. And I think even Reece James was out that game as well. He came on late, I think, but he didn't play as well. So you had Azpilicueta play the right wing back position, and then you had what was it, Chalobah, Christensen, and Sarr, right? But yeah, other than that, again, like, Tuchel's the most unpredictable manager in the game right now. I could easily see this lineup and be fine with it. It's very, very much doable. The only thing I would say is Jorginho and Loftus-Cheek, he seems to use them in similar roles. Like, when you don't see Jorginho, you usually see Loftus-Cheek there, and when you don't, like, vice versa kind of thing, right? He's the guy that.
Yeah, you just take what I was going to say, anyways. Yeah, keep going, coach.
Well, that's basically it. I think everything else I can definitely see. And it's
Yeah,
not that I don't think
my
Ruben-
issue with
not that I don't think
James-
that Ruben can play that sort of like box to box role effectively. I think that if they went with this lineup, it could still work, because Ruben can definitely be that sort of like box to box presence, the guy that gets forward and shuttles the ball from the midfield to the forward line. So I can see it either way, man. I can see why you chose that.
Yeah, like Couch said, if Kovacic was fit, he will be playing Jorginho position. Then I see Loftus-Cheek, Kovacic, no problem. But Jorginho, Loftus-Cheek, it will be difficult because he used both in the same position. And if Loftus-Cheek start being a little careful or doesn't want to take too much risk, then they both will be walking each other's path. Like, they're not going to take the entire field and control the midfield properly. That's why every time you see Kovacic and Loftus-Cheek, at the first 15 minutes, Kovacic been doing pretty much all the walk around until Loftus-Cheek get a groove of the game. Then you start seeing real Loftus-Cheek. That's why at the beginning he was always trying to find, how do I position myself. He's good, but he's not as how do you say, he's not imposing figure yet in our midfielder. He always trying to check out. But when Kovacic pretty much cover for him for the first 10 to 15 minutes. Then after that, Loftus-Cheek. But with Jorginho is not going to cover for any of Ruben Loftus-Cheek's problem at the beginning.
That's my concern.
Yeah, but you guys are missing this. You remember against Malmo, what was our midfield too? Away. And also Ruben and Kova, they play similar role on the Ruben was the player that bench Kova on the Sarri. That's Ruben's role. The Kovacic way of playing.
You always go
Malmo and Leicester are different kettle of fish, man.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, Ruben, that's his role. Yeah, Tuchel put him at the Jorginho role, but if you move Ruben at the Kovacic role, believe me, he will do what Kova does. I'm telling you this. Wait until tomorrow if he plays. You will see. And Boogeyman, you will eat your word like always with Ruben.
No, I don't. I think you. I don't know how to say so it can sound really bad in your ear, but you're 100% wrong.
I totally disagree. This is impossible.
Totally disagree.
When you
listen, man. Yeah. Jorginho, Loftus-Cheek, I can see why someone may think that it will work, because Loftus-Cheek 1v1 in the midfield, you pretty much can dribble someone and he can impose himself, he can carry the ball. But just look at Loftus-Cheek the first 10 minutes of the game. He is not like an imposing figure in the midfield at the beginning. He always walked in other midfield path until he finds his groove. When everything gets calmer, or everything get like in proper order, then you start seeing the real Loftus. I mean, at one point he will start doing it like you want him to do, but yet I've never seen him doing it.
I actually agree with MDT about Loftus-Cheek. Let me finish. Let me land. I agree with him about Loftus-Cheek doing what Kovacic does, but I don't think I want to see a pivot of Kovacic and Jorginho. I don't think that's a very good. It's not. It doesn't fit for me. It's not the best.
Kovacic and Jorginho or Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho?
Kovacic and Jorginho. I don't think. I don't like. Generally speaking, I don't like them together in the pivots. I prefer Kante and Jorginho, or Kante and even Kante and Kovacic isn't. It's not ideal for me. I think the best partnership is Jorginho and Kante. Personally, I prefer that to Kovacic and Jorginho. That's just me.
No.
So even if Loftus-Cheek will be able to do what Kovacic does, I'm still not convinced with those two specifically. But it will be interesting to see Loftus-Cheek in a double pivot. And I'm not sure how many times that's happened this season, but he's usually been in a 3. So
I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on.
Good.
Before I do, we have nearly 80 people in the chat. So thank you all for joining this stream. It's a pleasure to have you guys on. If you're new to the Blue Lounge, consider subscribing. Would really mean a lot to us. And if you're just stopping by, consider hitting that like button if you're enjoying the content. We're gonna move on, and we're gonna look at the lineup that Eric Blue has chosen. I mean, Eric Blue consistently modified his. No, I'm joking.
No, I don't.
I'm joking.
You're trying to avoid my critique.
He did it once. He did it once. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna bring it up on the screen right now. Here we go. Share. Which one is it? I think it's this one. Yep, that's the one. No, that
doesn't look like mine anymore.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
What's that?
I made one change. To be fair, I agree with you 100%. That the lineup you put was what I want to see. So we agree on that in that sense. But I think Jorginho will play. And I just wanted to point out, it's very amusing to me that Jorginho has 91 pace on the card I picked. That's pretty interesting.
No, these are all what's it called? Special cards. So
yeah. But you would never imagine a special card to have that much pace for Jorginho.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's a lot. Yeah. Anyway,
only in the video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's no. You say that's Couch also lineup. I think Couch took Kante and Ruben in the middle, right?
Yeah, he stole it and then he changed it.
I posted it before you started yours, by the way. So I didn't. I did.
At front, Lukaku. Someone tell me, Lukaku been training for how many days now, or how many weeks now?
Couple days. He's
not
back in training. He's just training on his own now.
He's actually took part in team training today. Up until today, he's been doing individual training, so not team training. So I believe it's today or tomorrow. Yeah, today. I think today is team training.
I think yesterday I saw him in a group or something.
No, not group training. Tuchel said, or did he say it was yesterday that he took part? Okay. Regardless, he's only been back to full training 24 to 48 hours, so it's not enough time.
I commend Tuchel not to rush him because someone first when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, that just means in fact Tuchel will give a chance to clear message to Harvard that it's not because Lukaku is back that he's going to be sitting on the bench. He has his chance to fight for that position if he want to make it his. But that's why I was checking today when was Lukaku really actually come back for training, and I think I've seen some picture from yesterday and today. But anyways, that's all I want to say.
My question to Eric is as follows. A lot of the people, a lot of the lineups that we've seen today had, what's his name? Chalobah in the right-hand side of the fence. You've chosen Aspi. Why? Why have you gone for Aspi over Chalobah?
I went for Aspi over Chalobah because I think Tuchel is careful with the matches he plays Chalobah in. He doesn't just play him. He plays him in the matches against the lower teams, teams that are not that difficult and competitive. From what I've seen anyway. I don't know. Boogeyman is shaking his head. Maybe you can tell me.
Yeah, Chalobah is used more for when we have playing against a team where their offensive lineup are tall, big people. Chalobah is preferred to us. You can see that. Go watch pretty much all our previous games. Chalobah is preferred.
Well, let's look at the games he's played. So he's come in. He's played a 90 against Crystal Palace. He's got a 90 against Aston Villa. 2 90s against Aston Villa. One was in the cup, of course.
Yep.
He's come on for 28 minutes against Juventus.
Mm-hmm.
He's played a 90 against Southampton, a 90 against Brentford, and that was probably down to injury. He's got 90 against Norwich, and then another 90 in the EFL Cup against Southampton. So,
okay. And the last one he played also, right?
Sorry?
The Burnley game.
He didn't play against Burnley.
What was the centre back? Oh, Christensen.
Yeah, he plays him in the not so difficult. Like if you look at the matches he plays, I'm not sure about the whole physicality thing, but
yeah, I think every time we need a height, Chalobah play as we said.
I mean, is how big is Norwich with that? I don't look. From what I understand, he picks specific matches that Chalobah gets involved in. So I think this match might be. I don't expect him to be involved, and I think he likes SP a lot, and he will probably.
Eric, the matches you just mentioned, do you know what they have in common? It was against Crystal Palace. Who was the winger that he was playing against? Is it Zaha? Did Zaha play that game?
Yeah.
Okay, just check it. He always played him against tricky people as well. Newcastle. It's not only height.
Did he play against Newcastle?
Maximus.
I can't remember. Unless I have to check.
Say Maximin. Listen.
Remember Southampton? He was against those players.
I want to welcome Bobby to the stream. Bobby, welcome to the stream. How are you?
Hey guys, sorry, I'm just having a dinner.
No worries.
I heard. I think you're putting the team together.
Not yet. No, not yet. We will be. We will be in due course. First, I wanna look at the different lineups that everyone has predicted, and then we will do a combined lineup from everyone. Have you done a lineup of yourself? Have you chosen one yet?
Well, I can do. I know for certain. I'll go for Chalobah on that right side of the back three for sure. He's been at Cobham all this time, and Aspi was away on international duty. I think he picked up a bit of a niggle there as well.
Did he?
Yeah.
I heard.
I wasn't aware. Okay.
With the Swedish guy, the tall Swedish guy.
Ibrahimovic.
Zlatan.
Yeah.
I'll be back in 1 second. I'm just going to have a quick examination of my lineup. I'll be right back. I'm just joking.
I don't like this. I'm
joking. I'm joking.
No, I got a lineup for you. Straight up. Should I go for it?
Go on. Let's hear it. Yeah.
Mendy in goal. Left side of the back three, Rudiger. Centre Christensen. Although now Christensen's a bit too early for Thiago. Bit of jet lag, perhaps. I don't know. On the right is Chalobah. Wing back. Well, it's got to be Reece. Left wing back Chilwell, depending on how he feels about the game coming up against Juventus. A few days later, he might still go for them. Midfield will be. Is Kovačić still out? I think he is.
He's out. Yeah, he's out.
So I'm going to try Ruben and
Ruben is popular tonight. Yeah.
Ruben and Kante.
Yeah.
Then top three.
Up front. Yep.
I hear Werner's back.
No, well, maybe borderline.
No.
He's available. He's available for the game tomorrow, But would he start him? He
might
not
come off the
100%
bench.
sure. Come on, yeah, probably.
Okay, so I'll do Havertz, Cho, and Ziyech.
Okay, that's the first time we've had Ziyech in any of the lineups.
No,
Brilliant.
no Mount. I thought I could hear someone say, but he'll come on for sure a bit later.
Yeah. Mount has been in the lineup for, I think, everyone apart from Boogeyman. Boogeyman
And me.
and you and when you'll see mine as well.
But after Bobby, what about
I'm thinking of Juve.
Yeah,
my
there,
picks
Bobby.
now.
I hear
I've
that.
got Juve in mind.
Sweet, yeah.
So I don't want to burn people out quickly.
When Tuchel spoke, it didn't seem like he was going to start. When Tuchel spoke about Mount, it wasn't obvious that he would start him.
He wasn't neither here nor there. You could interpret it in any way. I'm gonna show you my lineup, and then we will discuss it, and then we will pick our combined lineup from this. We will do it on top of this lineup. Okay, so my lineup, I've actually gone for Pulisic and Callum up front. I think we will be able to dominate the counter attack because Leicester will not be sitting back. Leicester will be attacking us. We'll be trying to score. Therefore, we will need a bit of pace to keep them back. And I think Pulisic, with his current form, yes, he was on international duty, but he's coming back to full fitness. He did score for his country.
Don't we always
Callum,
try and play us on the break though?
They will, and that's why I've gone for Jorginho and Kante in the pivot, and I've gone with Azpilicueta ahead of Chalobah purely for the experience. But again, I can totally understand Chalobah being played because of his pace, because of his ability to play in multiple roles on that pitch. So I'm not too bothered whether it's going to be Aspi or Chalobah, and I can understand both cases. But I do believe that Ruben Loftus-Cheek starting may be problematic for this lineup because I think with having two pacey forwards with Havertz, you do want to have a bit more stability in midfield, and that's why I've gone for Jorginho and Kante. If we were to change the attack, I could see Ruben Loftus-Cheek starting. I'm going to open it to you guys to discuss each position and what changes we should implement to come to the combined lineup. So, and also, guys in the chat, once we come to the combined lineup from the panel, I will open the lines for you to come on and discuss it with us live on air. And we have almost 100 people in the stream and 71 likes. So I'd really appreciate more likes. If you can push it to 100 likes, it would mean a ton. Thanks to everybody who is in the chat. And I'm seeing some names I haven't seen for a while. So thank you all for coming back and watching the stream on the Blue Lounge. I know a lot of you took a bit of time off with the international break and whatnot, but it's good to have so many familiar names back in the chat. Big up to everyone. I'm gonna go with Couch Critic, and we'll go down in respect to changes. So, Couch, from this lineup, what changes would you make? And again, you've seen you've had your lineup, you've seen our own lineups. If there's any changes that have come to mind, what you've heard, what you've seen, what changes would you make to this? Let me hear it from you first.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first started thinking about the lineup, I actually had Pulisic in there as well, just because for the same reasons that you said. That's the ability to get in behind. But I also had Lukaku in there, and he would have been the guy that had been holding it up for them for them to get in behind. And I don't know if that's the case now. And just the way that Tuchel was talking about Mount in the presser, I really do think that he comes right back in at this point. I don't think that you can drop him. He's just he warrants hard work, right? And he just sounds like Mount's been there for the whole 2 weeks, and he's been talking about he's really hungry and all that stuff. Just think like he's going to come back in. Aside from that, I can definitely agree with Jorginho and Kante. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Mount in place of who? In place of
Pulisic.
Pulisic.
I still think Pulisic is a weapon off the bench. We don't have a lot of guys that impact the game from that position, so I can see Mount in and Pulisic out, just because if you do that injection from the bench, I think you can get more from Pulisic than you can from anybody else at this point. Yeah, the midfield, again, we have so many, like when Kovačić is healthy, we have so many able-bodied like midfielders. I can see any of them starting any given match. I have the full confidence in Jorginho, Kanté, Kovačić, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I chose Ruben just because I feel like Ruben's been there for the 2 weeks and he can offer something in the final third, whereas I don't know if Jorginho and Kanté give you that. But again, I can go with that. I can see why Tuchel would want to do that for the reasons of trying to control the midfield a little bit more, have a little bit more possession and whatnot. But I do think that Leicester, if I'm not mistaken, they like to press as well. And if they do press, you probably need somebody that can break it. And I think Ruben would be better suited for that. But again, can't go wrong with any of those guys. And I think the other positions, again, I can go Chalobah too. I can see why people want him in that right center back position. I just don't know if, I haven't seen Azpilicueta play a lot. If it's true that he did pick up a knock, it would make sense to play Chalobah.
Yeah,
But,
I mean that's a big factor. If he has got a knock, because you do want to have your best team out there tonight, tomorrow afternoon, because we were talking about which game is more crucial. Is it this or Juventus? And I go with this, so I can play Aspi against Juventus and play Chalobah tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, I just think that I don't know if this game is crucial because we are the front runners in the league right now. And I say, even if we drew tomorrow, it doesn't really hurt our positioning going forward for the title. If we lose to Juventus and then we go into that game against Zenit, the fixture list is.
Do you remember? Do you remember where we were this time last year?
Yeah, we're top.
Yeah. And then, Christmas came and went, and, things started to go pear-shaped.
Yeah, but we also qualified for the Champions League at that point, too. We were top of the group as well.
Sure.
I'm just thinking this Champions League qualification is not guaranteed right now. I think that you have to prioritize the limited games you have in the Champions League right now. Obviously, if we lose to the Juventus, that game against Zenit, with the fixture list that comes in and around it, becomes paramount. And I'm worried about that. So I want to make sure the Champions League is secured before we start thinking about anything else.
Would you? Well, if we go down that path, then I would say we'll have to take off one of the midfielders as well, because you can't risk both Jorginho and Kanté playing 90 minutes on Saturday and then again on Tuesday evening.
Well, like I said, I still trust the midfield. I still think Ruben Loftus-Cheek can play a shift, whether it's against Juventus or against Leicester.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I trust the midfielders. That's the least of my worries right now, to be honest. I really do think that we have a midfield that is robust enough to play all sorts of games. And any compliment that you put out there, I'm happy with, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Brilliant. Fantastic. Thanks for the input. Boogeyman, the team in front of you, and what we've heard from Couch, would you make any adjustments to that, or would that be we'd expect some more?
Yeah, the only thing I can say is if Mount does not start, then Barkley will start. Simple as that. And I keep saying the reason is simple. If we see all our games this season, one of our winger is always one of our big presser, and putting Cho and Pulisic, they're not gonna press. We'll have a problem, and our midfielder will be exposed. So it's simple as that. You cannot play Jorginho and Kanté in the middle and not have Mount.
Wouldn't Loftus-Cheek, sorry, Boogie, if Mount isn't available, wouldn't Loftus-Cheek be better than Barkley for that reason?
I mean, listen, that's why I said before, Loftus-Cheek, you just have to start it at the beginning of the game and make sure that if you want Loftus to be number 10, let it be number 10 for the beginning of the game. Then he will take 10 minutes or even 7 to get a groove and adapt himself to it. I don't see it will be a problem. But Loftus-Cheek does not press as Mount, and Loftus-Cheek does not press as Barkley. So I'm not sure if Tuchel will pull Loftus-Cheek at the number 10 or even as a winger. I don't think so, and it will be detrimental to Loftus-Cheek because, in fact, we see him as the replacement of Jorginho, or at least sitting at the back of in front of our centre backs. So I just don't think Loftus-Cheek will be used as a wing back. As a winger or as a number 10. I think that position at this point belongs to Mount and Barkley. Those two will take that position. Other than that, whether Aspi started or not, I don't mind, and I agree with all the other stuff. But I don't see Pulisic and Shaw started behind Havertz. It's not going to happen.
All right.
And I'm pretty sure if Kovačić was fit, Kovačić and Barkley will have started this game. Then I don't mind because Kovačić work rate can compensate for anybody for our midfielder. So and against Southampton, I just checked. Southampton, we play Kovačić, Loftus-Cheek, and that's the only game we have Shaw and Ziyech starting the game. Other than that,
you're putting a lot of emphasis on Ross Barkley. You're putting a lot of emphasis on Ross Barkley, and if he starts tomorrow, that's a big win for you. But if he doesn't,
listen, I won't show up. But if he does, I'll be here asking for.
It's not a big win if he doesn't play well.
Exactly.
He will always play. Barkley is not that bad of player. I don't know why people keep saying that.
No. Look.
Okay, good.
No. He's not. I think it's MDT's turn. I won't say anything.
If you want to take your turn now, no issue. To take it, and I'll switch with MDT. Go ahead.
Okay, so I think I agree with the team, but I still don't think Chalobah will be involved. But of course, he's quite talented. He's really good, isn't he? So I want to see him play more. But I think Tuchel is just being very patient with him. He's not really playing him a lot. But yeah, I wouldn't mind if he plays. But I don't think he will. I think Aspi will get go back into the team. I hope Kante is available to play, but I understand if you would want to rest him for Juve. It makes sense, but I would play Kante if he's fit, and then I think Jorginho will play as well. So I think I agree with the team except for Chalobah. But if Mount doesn't play, I wouldn't be too surprised, even though I don't think Tuchel does that. When players get injured, I don't think they usually just come back into the team. It takes he usually is patient with players coming back from injury. So I don't expect him to just come back.
Yeah, I'm still looking back at the game. I'm trying to remember what game it was when we had both Pulisic and Callum start. They are
Crystal Palace last season.
Was it
at home, right? 3-0. Was it?
They were forced. The way they play, the problems they create for the opposition, and I think there was talk about Brendan Rodgers with all of the hype that's currently going on with Manchester United job and Oli out and all that kind of business, and his mind might not be. I mean, wishful thinking maybe, but he might not be focused enough. And maybe if we are able to press them hard and push them hard, we could do something. Because normally when you're a manager, he's not fully focused. The team isn't fully focused, and maybe we can catch him off guard in the first 20 minutes. I don't know. I just and that's why I went with the pace up front with Pulisic and Callum, but. In regards to what you said about the Chalobah situation, either way would not be a surprise for me, and I'd be comfortable with either Aspi or Chalobah in that position. I'm going to go to MDT. MDT, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, for me, if it comes to attacking, Pulisic and Joe with Lukaku or Havertz. Those are our best attacking players. But the problem I have with this is who is gonna track back, because Joe is a little bit better than Pulisic when it comes to track back, but Pulisic cannot track back. So who is gonna track back? That means we are too offensive and we'll be light in midfield. Leicester is gonna play 3 people in midfield against our 2. So we need somebody that can come down. That's why I went for Mount. That's the reason, because Leicester gonna play 2 holding midfielder and Maddison as the playmaker behind 2 strikers. So Maddison will be dropping deep. So who is gonna be there as a third anchor? So between Cho and Pulisic, if they drop back, that means Leicester had us. That means Kai will be isolated. So that's why I think Mount is important in the system. And Boogeyman keeps saying Barkley. Barkley don't track back. I've never seen Barkley tackle William. He doesn't do that. It's an old-fashioned number 10.
Oh,
you know,
the game we play
he's a good player.
No, Barkley never tracked back. The game against Burnley, Mark is the only one taking the ball in the middle. He's putting pressure on the midfielder in the middle. He's the only one doing it between all the strikers.
When they give you a ball and you dribble to go take the ball, that's different from tracking back. Tracking back is when you chase somebody to get the ball off them. He doesn't do it like Mount. So none of our forward players does it better than Mount. Barkley don't do it. Barkley, come on.
Listen,
so
I
you're talking about taking the ball from midfield.
Yeah, I understand he doesn't do it as Mount. I understand if he doesn't do it as Mount. I agree with that. But if Mount is not available, Mount just come out of injuries. So who do you put there?
Yeah, Ruben is a better tracker than Barkley when it comes to tracking back.
No, I don't think so.
Well, who do you think the manager trusts to play deeper? Because if you can track, you can play deep. If you cannot track, that's when they put you up.
Why would you track when you already play deep, MDT? Why would you track? What is the definition of tracking back if you already play deep?
No, Ruben can dribble, go up, and he can come back down. Barkley doesn't do that. That's what I'm telling you.
If you play deep and you're out of position, that's not tracking back. That's your position. You have to hold your position. The only tracking back, the definition is you have to be up front. You're tracking back when your team is being dominated. And Barkley track back.
He doesn't track back effectively, though. Let's not get carried away. He doesn't track back effectively. It's not like he tracks back.
He doesn't do it better than Mount. I agree with that one. But the game, every time Barkley play against Burnley, just watch that game. He's the only one running between our front three. He's the only one tracking back. More than Havertz track back, but he's doing most of them also. So my point is this: if Mount is not fully fit, who do you put there? MTD, you rarely say that
I'm telling you,
wingers, our midfield will be exposed. So who do you put there? Ruben?
If Mount is not available, okay, we have to choose one person to play for that role to be able to track back and help. I will play Ruben over Barkley because it's Leicester. If we play in Burnley or Norwich or whatever, I will choose, okay, between Ruben and Barkley, I don't mind because they're a lower team. But Leicester is not that low of a team. If Barkley don't track back, he cannot do it. I don't know what match you've been watching. I've been watching Barkley since at Everton. He's never been known as a tracker. I don't understand where this comes from, Boogie. I know you love him, but that's not his game.
No, I agree with that too. But MTT, I would say that like he's taken on the instructions from Tuchel, and he has been making an effort to get back. It's not really his game, though. I agree.
No, I mean making effort and being your game. Like Callum, he make an effort. Pulisic, they all make an effort, but it's not their game. That's why I said it will be risky to play them.
We saw what Loftus-Cheek did against Burnley. Barkley didn't track back, but we were winning that game. Loftus-Cheek coming with a score on us. So I don't listen. If we want to start going deep, I will show you Barkley played better that game than Loftus-Cheek for sure. So I've seen Barkley come out of the bench many times, lose the ball and run after the midfielder and take that ball back many times. It's not just I'm not here to
many times, but it's happened. Yeah, many.
Okay, then it happened, right? So it happened. So My point is this.
Guess what? Ruben Loftus-Cheek has never run back and carried the ball. Barkley does it many, many times. Ruben has never done it, isn't it? That's the thing. That's the calculation, isn't it?
Okay, I can give you an example where Barkley carried the ball and scored it against Liverpool. Barkley carried the ball and scored it.
Hold on. Firstly, big up to CFC Gem. Thank you for being in the chat. Big up to you. And, it's always a pleasure to have you on. And guys, GNA TV is a very good channel run by Gem. So make sure you guys go and check it out and subscribe. Look, we will discuss in more detail. The Barkley situation, the team, regarding the tactics that will be employed tomorrow. We'll talk about that. Let's just finish firstly the lineup, and then we'll switch to the other screen and just discuss the hell out of this game. Bobby, this is the lineup so far. What is your thoughts on it?
Well, as I said earlier, I would play Chalobah because I know that against Juve, the experienced boys will need to come in, the likes of Thiago, Aspi, so I don't think they'll start this game. Midfield, I've changed my mind. Definitely, I don't think he'll play both Kante and Jorginho yet again, the Juve situation. I think Ruben and either one of those two will be enough. I'm liking the argument by Boogeyman about Barkley. I think because he's been at Cobham these past 2 weeks, we don't know. If he starts, then it means he deserves to start. And if he deserves to start, if this is going to make any sense, I would indeed start him. And then have Mount maybe come on later. He can be up there instead of Cho. Would I bring in Pulisic?
Sorry, Bobby, just to clarify, you would start Mount and Barkley?
No, Mount instead of Barkley instead of Mount.
Barkley instead of Mount.
To come off the bench, yeah.
Right. Okay, I get you.
I'm still eyeing up Juve, trying to balance the strength for both games. And Pulisic isn't really a starter, is he? And is this the game to start him? I don't think so. I think he will definitely have a big part to play against Juve because we've got to be able to break down that defense. But this one, I don't know. And that was why I was kind of leaning towards the likes of people like Ziyech to play with Havertz up front. I think Lukaku will be back for Juve. So I see it. Werner's on the bench. He's probably going to get a run out. So that would be the slight amendments I've made to your team.
Okay. All right. I'm going to send a link to GNA TV's Gem. Gem, check your DM, mate. Check your DM and jump on. Let's hear what you have to say in respect to this. We'll get a perspective from GNA TV, and then we will switch back to the other screen, and we'll discuss it. And we'll also allow the people in the chat to jump on. And look who's in the chat. We have Andreas in the chat. Andreas, big up to you. Good to see you in the chat. And people, Andreas will be live with us on Sunday evening, where we will be discussing the latest transfer rumors, transfer news, transfer updates, and also the contract situation for Christensen and Rudiger. As you all know, the winter transfer window is not that far away, so we will hopefully get a good insight from Andreas Kosnod on Sunday evening. GNA TV Gem, big up to you and welcome to stream.
How are we doing, guys? How's everyone?
We're doing good. I knew when once you heard Barkley's name being thrown about, you would not be able to resist. I knew it. So big up to you, and tell me what changes you would make to this lineup.
Yeah, I actually didn't come in to talk about Barkley, even I did hear the discussion. It's like every time I come on and check what's going on, it always seems to be Barkley conversation. It seems like I'm here for that, but it's not. It's not that. But looking at this lineup, I don't think Thiago Silva plays. I agree that we need experience in this team, especially at a ground where we've only won twice. In the last 10 games, we've only won twice. We've drawn 2, and then we've lost 6. So it's not a ground that we're not specifically fond on. But in recent times, if we've won twice there, it's a ground that, it's slowly becoming a ground that we're quite successful on. But I just think Azpi has to play. I'd play Azpi as right centre back. I don't really see why Chalobah plays this game, if I'm honest. I think Christensen, Azpi, and Rudiger is enough experience at the back. So in terms of Thiago Silva, I think we can rest him and then bring him into the Juventus game is what I would do. In terms of the wing backs, it's got to be. I stress how important it is to have Chilwell and Reece James, especially in this system. They're the most important players for me in this system. That's why our system ticks so well. They have to play. And then in the middle, I wasn't too sure how I wanted it, but originally I wanted to see Jorginho and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. But then I thought to myself, well, if Pulisic, Cho and Havertz are our front three, then I don't mind actually seeing Kante and Jorginho. So for me, it just depends who plays in that front three. If there's no Pulisic and say Mason
That was
Mount,
my train of thought as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if Pulisic's not playing and Mason Mount's playing, then I'd rather see Ruben in the middle. And the reason for that is the progressive element of it. That's all. Because when you've got Pulisic and Cho, I think that's enough in terms of progressive, picking the ball up and dribbling and being progressive, moving forward with the ball. And with Kante and Jorginho, I heard you talking about, we need people to run back and cover. I don't think we need to worry too much about that because not only Kante and Jorginho are going to do that, but you've also got Chilwell and James who are very good at recovering in their positions along with the three at the back. It's enough going the other way when we lose the ball anyway to get back into position to then worry about them maybe hitting us on the attack because they're more defensive, Kante and Jorginho, when they're playing. Hence why, because we need to win this game tomorrow, I think I would rather see a Ruben and a Jorginho in the middle and then have a Pulisic, Cho and Havertz up front. It's just something I really want to see with them three up front.
Very offensive.
Yeah, very offensive. Yeah. I think we should take it to them. I think we need to start fast, and we've got a habit of not starting fast. And when we don't start fast, especially in a ground like the King Power Stadium, we can get punished. We can get punished. We could be 1-0 down very quickly. So we need to be on it. That's what I'm saying.
Ruben, Jorginho,
I concur.
and then 3 offensive players.
Sorry?
I say you want Ruben, Jorginho in the midfield, and then we have Pulisic and Cho playing.
I don't. Yeah, ideally that's what I would like. Yeah, because I think we could take it to with that team, 100%. I think if we do that, all we'd need to do in the when we haven't got the ball is pressure them higher up the pitch and retain the ball quicker further up the pitch. Don't allow them to build up because the strengths that Leicester have for me is their midfield. If you win the midfield battle, you beat Leicester. They're already leaking goals as it is at the moment. They're struggling to keep clean sheets. But if you can stop that midfield from ticking and them not having Tielemans as well is a big miss for them, massive miss for them, for me, then I think we need to impose ourselves on them. And I think with Ruben and Pulisic and Cho, with Havertz, I think it'll be quite tasty to see. Really
Ruben, Pulisic and Cho. Yeah, those 3 you just named don't press. So I don't think it works.
No, but no, why did they not press?
The thing I'm worried about, Jen, is Leicester. All the teams just went there gung ho. Whether it's Manchester City last year, that's why even this year when Manchester City went there and won 1-0, what they did, they were conservative. They controlled the game. You don't open up. You don't play with so many players. Whatever. Manchester United went there gung ho. They beat them 4-1, 4 or 4-2. Leicester are out of form, but they have quick players. If you go gung ho, they will hit you on the break. So that's why I keep saying that we will not go gung ho. I don't think Tuchel will do it because it's a risky.
Too risky.
It's risky.
All it takes is one counter attack. It's not gun ho. You're missing the most important thing about how well when Chelsea play well, what is it we usually do in this system?
We control games. We just
Exactly. So
yeah.
if we control games, what does that mean? When you lose the ball, you press it higher up the pitch. You win it higher up the pitch. You don't allow them.
But you cannot win it with Cho, Pulisic, and Ruben. It just does. They don't run. They don't run after. They don't chase the ball. They don't put pressure. Those three that you listed, I've never seen it.
Lads,
I think Cho
I'm
does.
going to bring in someone from the chat. I'm going to bring in someone from the chat for a couple of minutes. Tobago, welcome to the stream. Give us your thoughts on the game tomorrow, my man. You got a couple of minutes for us to hear what you have to say.
How are you guys?
Tobago, can you hear us?
We're good.
We're good. Welcome.
Yes,
Welcome.
yes.
Tobago is calling from South Africa, so it's good to have you back on. Let's hear your thoughts, mate. Let's hear your thoughts.
As long Leicester doesn't have Telemans, we have to win. That's it.
That's it. Short and sweet. Short and sweet.
Yes, because
Is that it?
Because Telemans, yes.
We have to win either way. I don't care if he's playing or not.
But if you have to win, we must also stop. We must also stop medicine, and then we are good. So besides that, I don't see any threat.
What
from
about their
Leicester.
forward Daka? What about him?
Daka? No, Daka is not playing regularly. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think they always play two out of Dhaka, Inacho. Inacho, his name is right. Inacho.
Tobago, hold on, guys.
Yeah, Dhaka, Inacho, and Vardy.
Listen, you guys are taking his time. He's only got 2 minutes. Let him take his time. Let him take his time. Tobago, I'm going to ask you this: what's your predicted scoreline, and what did you think of the predicted lineup that you saw us have on the screen? Tobago, can you hear us? Okay, I think we've lost Tobago. I know he's having internet issues. Tobago, thank you for coming on. It's a pleasure to have had you on the stream. Guys, lines are open.
He's the one winner of your game.
He is the winner. His shirt should be arriving in the next 6 days. It's been delayed. I contacted the megastore and they told me it will be arriving on the 25th of November. So it's exactly a month before Christmas. So
South Africa, sorry, it may be out of subject, but South Africa is one of the most developed countries in Africa, right? So why is that taking so long?
From what I've understood, speaking to Tobago, is the infrastructure when it comes to the companies that deliver and the way it's distributed. It's two different companies. So FedEx will take it to South Africa, but then their mail system will deliver it to the address. So it's I've actually told them to go and pick it up from the FedEx depot rather than wait for
the distance also.
Guys, the chat, the guys in the chat, the lines are open. He's back again. Tobago, can you hear us now? Tobago?
Hello, guys.
No. Oh, yeah. That was it. Tobago?
Can you hear me now?
We can. Tobago, give me your predicted scoreline and what you thought of the lineup.
The lineup is perfect. Score, we have to win 2-0. I want a clean sheet.
Yeah,
because I'm not happy about the Burnley game, so we need to redeem ourselves and get a clean sheet. But I know it won't be easy because Leicester are good with counters, but let's get a clean sheet and a win.
Tobago, one question for you. Then I'll let you go. Will Ross Barkley start tomorrow?
No, I would like Man to start.
All right, brilliant. Tobago, always a pleasure to have you on. Thank you very much. We will talk soon. Have a good one. Peace.
Thank you.
All right, listen, Eric. I've seen your message. I will be doing that in due course. When I get time. It was a very good show that we did regarding the strikers. So we will do the wingers, midfielders, goalies, defenders. We'll do it. Just all in good time. But I'm glad you enjoyed the first one. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm not sure about coaches though. I know Couch and Jem talked about coaches in their stream yesterday. So like I always say, never go and check out the Couch Critic. It's a bad channel.
Man.
Do not go check it out.
Why do you gotta keep hating, man? Just let us do our thing, man. You know, wow. Let me live, man. Let me live a bit.
Yeah. No, the Couch Critic is not a good channel. He doesn't have good music. He doesn't have good overlays. He doesn't have good opinions. You don't want to be going there. You do not want to be going there.
Wow. The hate is real, bro.
For real. Big up to the Couch Critic and big up to GNA TV for their weekly show.
We don't need Barkley. I'm just saying that straight now. Why the hell do we need Barkley?
Barkley.
You need to tell. Yeah. You need to tell Mr.
We've got a
Boogeyman.
fully fit forward line, barring the car.
I don't know why Boogeyman likes Barkley. What is it? I don't know why he likes Barkley, man.
Would you have Barkley come on at second half, or would you not have him?
He can come on for 20 minutes. I have no issues, but he's not starting. No way.
I don't know.
I like him not to start, but I like him in the squad. To be honest with you, I like him in the squad a lot because I think he brings something different. I don't want him to be a constant starter, but I want him to be a part of the squad because he's different from all the players we have.
Yeah, the reason why sometimes I defend Barkley is the only critics of Barkley is not consistent. Just point me the player in our team, in our line and the striker position that is consistent.
You're definitely deceived by Ross Barkley, man. Badly.
I didn't hear it. Sorry, I didn't.
He said you've been deceived by Ross Barkley.
No, yeah, I know that.
Boogeyman is Ross Barkley's agent. You guys don't understand. They have a contract. It's an image consultant for Barkley.
Yeah, no. Joke aside, in fact, I just think Ross Barkley is actually really talented kid, and I'm thinking at his age, 28 right now, he has nothing to lose, and I'm pretty sure he's taking his chance. He wants to stay in a big club like Chelsea, and I'm pretty he's doing everything possible. And just the fact that he's doing everything possible is the only reason why I'm behind him. If he was to sulk on the bench or to create problem, I won't support Barkley. Even at the beginning of the season, I want them to be loaned out, but he didn't go. Then, with all this injury we had, he seemed to hold the team together. I mean, not him, but he seemed to play his part.
He never took off though, is he? Let's be serious. Ross Barkley's
Why
always
are we
been
talking
talented.
about Barkley, man? Jeez.
No, it's not even be a question that Ross Barkley's not talented. But at 22 years old, when he was at Everton, he was still being spoken about as being very talented. You know,
everybody knows.
But it's not that why we question him because of his talent. It's got nothing to do with that. It's because for me, he hides under the cave of his talent. Like he could have been a very good player, but he lives within himself, his own means. He doesn't want to stand out and show his ability consistently in games. That's my issue with Ross Barkley.
And off the pitch, he's a little bit of a nuisance as well.
Yeah.
All right, Jim, I got a question for you. I got a question for you, Jim. Ross Barkley starts another, let's say, 10 games this season, and comes on for another 10 games this season. So he'll have 20 more appearances this season. You know, in theory, and he puts in performances like we've seen him put in so far. Nothing more, nothing less. Would you be happy for him to stay at Chelsea, or would you want to see him being sold next season?
Get rid of him. Free up the book. We've got a lot of talent.
Even after 20 appearances, where he has put in decent performances.
If he puts in 20 appearances and puts in, I don't know what decent means. What are we talking about here? Are we talking about someone that assists, creates goals, someone that just is just there?
What he's been doing so far? This season?
I don't think he's been that great. I don't think he's even been that good. No, I think he's been decent, but at the same time, I think he's been very wasteful as well. Like in the Burnley game, I thought he wasn't bad. I wouldn't say he was shocking. I thought he had an okay game, but there was many times in that game where he could have released the ball. He could have maybe held the ball a bit better when he received the ball in the pockets and between the defence. You know, like there's little things with him like that where I just feel like if he could just sort that out and be a bit more consistent in his overall performance, then why not? He can stay. But I just think we have to look at the future.
Chance to sort those
He
things
has
out.
he's gotten so many chances. When people say
No, he
this,
didn't. He was
He had
just
that chance.
he just
has
started.
many,
He started last. I think the Burnley game was the only game Barkley started. If I'm not mistaken.
But he's 27.
He was given chances before that, Boogie
27
man. He got in the
and
team at one point, and he
All
still
right,
ghosted
I
games.
won't argue this one too long. The thing
He's
is,
not a
I
youth
think
player.
Barkley, if given the proper chance, was there.
Okay, so
He was given a proper chance.
What about
He was.
Nasari? What about Nasari? He was starting games on Nasari.
But I'm not going to talk about the past and all those things. Like,
why not? You just said he's not been given a chance.
Listen. A lot of players played badly a couple of seasons ago, and now they're playing good. No, Lukaku, good example. Gundogan, good example. So the form.
Do we want to go back?
The performance.
No.
Hold on. The form and the performances that players put in, we can't judge them on what they did, but let's judge them on what they're doing. What they're doing now. I mean, if we're going to go by that logic, Rudiger should be kicked out of the team, right?
You know what's going to be funny?
It's Ross Barkley. It's Ross Barkley.
You know what?
Chelsea
Hold on a
material.
second. You know what's going to be funny? When Ross Barkley doesn't even play this game, and we spent the entire.
Do you know what?
It's entertaining. It's entertaining.
It is entertaining. But my point is Ross Barkley Chelsea material? Is he a player that you look at and go, yeah, he's Chelsea? So then what are we talking about?
And the thing you said about Rudiger,
squad player.
You mentioned about Rudiger.
I think Ross Barkley being a squad player at Chelsea is fine, because when you look at any team in the world, they don't have all superstars. You need players like Barkley. Liverpool get rid of Shaqiri. Look at now their depth. Sometimes we underestimate these players that can do once in a while do something good, but you need them in your squad. I'm not talking about starting or anything, but Chelsea need him in that squad, because you get rid of Barkley, yeah, you're gonna free up whatever, but who else can you bring in that's gonna do exactly like Barkley? No, because you have to spend money. So for me, if Chelsea can keep him part of the squad, it's fine. It's just a squad depth. No, Conor Gallagher is going to be a starter. It's different. You can't mention that. And for me, that's how I see Barkley. I like Barkley. I think he should stay as a squad player. So squad player, once in a while, when we have injuries, they cover for us. But the way people are thinking that we should have 24 players, all superstar, believe me, that doesn't happen in any squad in this world. So that's my opinion about Barkley.
I wanted to respond to what you were saying more about the logic of judging players based on the past. The reason why I mentioned it was because, Boogeyman said Barkley hasn't gotten a chance. I don't know if he meant in general or this season, but for me, if Barkley proves that he should start, he'll start. In the same way, Rudiger at one point should have been sold based on a lot of people's opinions, and then he found his way back into the team, and now he's one of our most important players. If Barkley does that, fine. But I don't expect, I'm pretty sure most of us don't expect him to do that. And until he does it, I will just judge him based on what not just the past, but this season as well. Based on this season, he shouldn't be starting games. That's just my opinion.
Eric, I disagree.
Based on this season, you haven't seen the guy. Every time he came in, he played really good.
One second, and I'll let you take over. Just 1 second. One thing we can't say about Barkley is he doesn't have talent. How did that get? One thing we can't say about Barkley is he doesn't have it. Was it you, Couch?
Of course, man.
Oh, no, because we said only when you have the mic you can highlight.
Oh,
comments.
my bad.
So I thought myself.
I just read that and I thought it was relevant to what we're talking about right now.
I'll highlight it when Boogeyman is talking.
Sure.
No, one thing we can't say about Ross Barkley is he doesn't have talent. Barkley has immense talent. The guy has great pass on him, great shot on him. He can dribble. He can do everything that he needs to do. The issue he has, in my opinion, is two things. Number one, his decision making generally is poor. Even in the games that he's done all right, you will see some big mistakes that he has made when it comes to his pass. He should have shot when he passed it. He should have passed when he should have shot it. He should have played it wide when he played it in the middle. he makes those errors. The other aspect that Barkley has, which is unfortunate, is his antics off the pitch reflects badly upon him and his image as a player. Now, recently, it looks like he has tried to address both of those aspects to a certain degree. Now, could he turn it around? If anybody can, he can, because he does have the natural ability to do so. Now, we could argue and say, well, he hasn't done anything so far, and he's getting old and whatnot, and I agree with all of that. But what I'm saying is, a lot of players mature late. And one player that came to Chelsea because Real Madrid thought he was over the hill and he was done was Makelele. And what Makelele did at the age of 30 for Chelsea, it can happen. This can happen. So, I'm going to give Boogeyman a chance to come in on this. And lads, the discussion is open to everyone, so you don't have to wait for me to allow you to jump in.
I
Boogeyman,
will
take
take
it away.
Barkley. I'm convinced I'm not going to change Jim mind. I'm not going to change Eric Blue mind. I'm not going to change anybody's mind when it comes to Barkley. But all I'm saying is give the man a chance. And when you accept to give the man a chance, it's all about this season. What Barkley shown since coming off the bench against Juventus, against any team when Barkley come off the bench, sorry, I want to say. He performed really good. That's why he got a start against Burnley. And a Burnley game, of course, he should have scored a few goals. He should have given those last passes to Chilwell to score a goal. He made those mistakes. The same mistake we've seen Mount making, giving the ball to Lukaku, giving those balls to Havertz. Same mistake Havertz have done. Give the ball back to Mount, give that ball back to Lukaku. Same mistake Ziyech made almost. That's why we keep saying we're not scoring enough goals. Barkley played really good that Burnley game. He makes those pretty much the same mistake. Problem with Barkley, the reason why he should not be making those mistakes, because he's not starting the game. You don't have that leisure to waste chances. You have to take them. And he played good, but he hasn't been clinical or taking those. He doesn't have that room of making that room for error. Because he wants to be starting.
I just got one question for you. Why
One
does
second,
Barkley
Couch.
deserve?
One second, Couch.
Okay, so
one second.
because it's just off the back.
Right now it's priority to the people in the chat. So anyone who comes in from the chat, we'll give them priority, and then we'll move over to you, Couch. We have Atuya Junior. Atuya Junior, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the panel. You have 2 minutes to give me your thoughts on the game tomorrow. Tell us where you're from and take it away.
Hey, hello.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you for the chance. My name is Atuya Junior. I'm a Chelsea fan since 1998 up to today. And I'm a big fan of the channel. So I'll start with the issue on Barkley. And I think I will disagree with most of you. I think for me, Barkley is the best number 10 we have at the club. And
I agree. I agree with that.
A different argument to that. He is the best out and out number 10 we have in the club, because if we play in a 4-5-1 system, he's the best suited to play behind Barkley. He's the best player who can play in those through balls at the club at the moment. For a striker, for instance, if we had a Didier Drogba or even a Diego Costa. The Mason Mounts and Kai Havertz, they are good, but they're not out and out stands. I will argue. At the moment, I don't think he has been wasteful. The only chance he wasted was against Burnley. The games that he has been coming on, he had some differences. I think I've seen people are disagreeing, but that's my opinion. On tomorrow's game, I think I really wished we had Romelu tomorrow, because it will be a tough game. We need an out and out striker. I don't believe in Timo, but at the end I think we might make it. 2-0. I'm very sure we are hungry for that clean sheet tomorrow. I don't think we will concede. I believe we will win. That's all I can have for tonight. Otherwise, nice show.
Controversial, even more than Boogeyman. Even more than Boogeyman. But listen,
I like him. I like the guy.
I want to say this to you. I want to say this to you.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on, and thank you for making your opinion known, because everybody has one. Everybody has an opinion, and I respect you for doing that. So thank you for doing that. And regardless, people agree or disagree, always stick to your guns and always stick to your opinion. Argue it, discuss it, debate it. Fantastic. Fantastic. Atuya, thank you very much for taking part in the panel. Cheers. Hope to see you in the future. Hope to see you again. Take care, brother. Have a good night. Bye bye.
This is definitely a Barkley show. I tell you, this is the Barkley
I
show.
don't know how it's started with this, but can I just
Can I just make a point about
Bobby? I interrupted Couch, so I promised to give him an opportunity, so you can go straight after Couch.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I gotta go after this anyway, so I'm just gonna say this and then say my goodbyes. Good luck to all you guys tomorrow. Good luck to the Chelsea. Hope we can pull through and win this. I'm thinking it's a draw, though. That's just my own opinion. But with this whole Barkley thing, and I don't know why we spend so much time on this, because, it's not really a huge talking point for this game tomorrow, but I'll have at it anyways. Why is it that Barkley deserves more of a chance than anybody else? Why does he deserve a chance more than Cho, than Pulisic, than Ziyech, all these guys? Why? What makes it that he deserves a chance? Let me just finish. You can finish after I'm done. And why? While I agree, what was his name? The guy that came on here. I do agree that he has value as a number 10. He has a value as a number 10, but we don't play with the number 10. We don't play with number 10s right now. So you're trying to find guys that work within the system that we're playing currently. And I don't see a role for an out-and-out number 10 right now. I see the 8s are very useful, and like that inside forward role. And I don't think that Barkley's played that role effectively, in my opinion. Yes, he is a very good number 10, a guy that doesn't have a lot of responsibility tracking back and, playing those through balls. But outside of that, I don't really see his value in the current setup.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Cheers, Couch. Thank you very much. We will see you tomorrow. Post-match, pre-match. We might be doing 2 streams tomorrow, so we'll see you then. Have a good night, brother. Thanks for joining.
See you later, Couch, mate.
See you later, Couch. All right. Bobby, take it away, mate.
I just want to make my point about Barkley, and I don't think it's a wasted conversation at all. I think Ross Barkley's due a conversation, and it doesn't take away, other players' performances and value to the team, like Ziyech and Pulisic in particular. But this guy he's an enigma. And why I say this is that Ross Barkley, I know, really is an exceptional talent. What has happened to Ross Barkley was a little bit of, shall I say, misplaced living, which I think he's completely, gotten over. And apart from the odd, misgiving here and there, Ross Barkley is a very disciplined player. He never complains when he's on the bench. When he's not in the team, he's always got his head down, training with the rest of the squad. And Boogeyman made an important point that, at his age now, he's going to value so much being in a top team that he's going to give it everything. What I think people do and give an injustice to Ross is his form has been hit by the injuries he's had. Ross is one of those players that, he had a really bad injury when he joined Chelsea, just before he joined at Everton. And he's had several when he's been at Chelsea. And Ross is one of those players that he takes time to recover from injury. He really does. But when he does, he hits a vein of form. But what has happened to him is that as soon as he hits the vein of form, he gets injured again. I think we should give Ross a chance. He does bring something different to the team. 20 minutes, half an hour, maybe even 60 minutes if he starts. But I think he's deserving of a chance. Yes, he kind of missed the sitter against Burnley. does it happen? Well, Mount has done worse. They've all missed. Goodness me, we all watched Werner last season, and indeed a lot of this season. So he can have a few of those. Maybe not too many, but
Can I just
isn't it
quickly say
fair
my
to
piece
say?
on this, and then,
Yeah.
and I'm done, because really quickly on this Ross Barkley thing, right? I have no issue with Ross Barkley being in our team at the moment, because at the moment we do suffer from injuries, and it's important that you have squad in depth. It's important that you have depth in your squad, and he gives us that. Plus, you're right. He's 28. He's got experience. He's played at Chelsea. He knows all that. My thing with Ross Barkley and where I sort of sit on it is that he doesn't get in front of the current players that we got. He shouldn't be starting games. I have no issue with him coming on for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 15 minutes in games. If we need him, if we draw in, we want to do something a bit different. Yes, he has talent. I've never ever sat here and denied that Ross Barkley's never got talent. We all know that he's a talented individual. But for me, when you're playing games like you are tomorrow, and they're important games, we need to get the 3 points. 3 points is vital. Ross Barkley is not the first person that comes to my mind that should be starting in a game like this. And if you want my honest opinion, the Burnley game, I was a little bit shocked when he started that game as well. I wouldn't have played. I wouldn't have started with Ross Barkley in that game. I would have started with Ruben Loftus-Cheek in his position. That's what I would have done, to be honest. And to be honest, I think if we would have played Ruben in that position, you would have seen that progressively, and in making them last sort of final decisions in the final third, that we maybe would have been more effective, and maybe we might have took our chance or not, who knows. But I just think he's better. Ruben Loftus-Cheek's better than Ross Barkley. And my point is, when you need points and you're playing against teams where you need to win, you play your best players. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, so I don't mind him coming on later, but not to start games. That's my thing with him.
Right, brilliant. Eric, was it Eric who was yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to just respond to what Bobby was saying about other players missing chances, which is fair enough. Completely agreed. But I feel like it's fair to be more critical when a player is of a certain age. So if Ziyech did the same thing, I would be more critical of Ziyech because I expect more from you. When Mount misses a sitter, okay, it's bad, but he came from our academy. He's 22 years old. It's not the same as Barkley, who's 27, and he has been at Chelsea for a while now. And he has. I don't want to go back to the past. Boogeyman says we can't talk about the past, but this season, when he's gotten his chance to start against Burnley, he didn't take his chance. As the way I see it, it's not enough to just say, "Oh, he had a good game." We have higher standards than that, and when you're of a certain age, I expect more from you. You have to be decisive, which is why someone like Ziyech, I think a lot of us agree that he probably doesn't have a future at Chelsea. It's sad, but that's just the way it is. So I cannot just overlook when you're judging players, and then I always have to look at context. So Barkley, if he becomes a starter in the future, that would be fantastic. He has all the talent in the world, but he just doesn't like I think Kasim has already said it. He's not his decision making isn't but like you said, it's getting better, right? So let's just
At 28
see what
years old, that's my worry. These things he should have been picking up 2-3 years ago. Why is it that 28 we're still waiting for him to make the right decision in the area? That worries me. That's my problem as well.
Guys,
Especially at his age.
I reckon everybody's made very, very valid points, and I like Ross, but I'm not sold out on he must start or that sort of thing. But I just feel for the talent that we know he is and has never really fulfilled, it's there. Ross just needs an injury-free run of about an injury-free period of about 3-4 months. Sad thing is that he's in a team that's loaded with talent that deserves to start as well. So that might work against him, and it means he has to work doubly hard. But I can assure you, if Ross gets a chance and has a blinder, he opens the window for himself, because this is just that sort of team. Look what Ruben did. He took his chance. He's got his place. And the same with Chaluga. Very much so.
Yeah, to be fair to Barkley, before he went out on loan. Yeah, sorry.
Go on, Eric. Finish off.
Yeah, just to add to what Bobby was saying, before Barkley went out on loan, I thought he was good enough to at least be in the squad. I thought it was actually harsh when he went to Villa on loan.
I think and the injury that he had at Villa also derailed his potential there. GNA TV, Jem is about to go. So I just want to say thank you for joining, it's always a pleasure to have you on, mate.
Yeah, I'll try and come on tomorrow as well.
Yeah, Jem, you're a top man, absolute top man.
Love to see you on tomorrow, mate. I will send you a link.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'll come on, and we hopefully we'll see the team. We'll go through the team lineup and that. Yeah, definitely.
Tomorrow I'll probably do a watch along. So maybe half an hour before kickoff. So we'll start with that and just take it by ear.
I might be able to join the watch along actually tomorrow if you're.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
If I can join.
That'd be brilliant.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Then,
Sweet,
Jim.
All right. See you later.
Take care, brother.
Yeah,
See you tomorrow. Have a good one.
So I'd like to answer a question that Couch asked before leaving. When I think it was Aquita or something that said.
Boogie, answer the question, but I want you also to address this because this is a good question from the chat, and I wanna talk about it a little bit. Listen, it was said. So yeah, I want to address this.
The defensive team that always have possession, so they have right.
Yeah. So Boogie, take it away, mate. Take it away.
Yeah, when the guy said he just regret that we don't have Costa and Lukaku because he think when it comes to last passes, Barkley is one of the best we have in the team on number 10 role. And I think what he said make sense because when we played against Juventus, when Barkley came in, as soon as Barkley stopped, and I think it was 76 minutes he started giving those through balls through the defense. He completely destroyed Juventus. Even Lukaku has a clear chance, but he was a little bit offside, and he balled the ball over the bar. If you guys remember, Barkley come to that game, and that's all he kept doing. Those through ball in the box. He gives a lot of passes. So yeah, the guy is right by saying that the problem he regret that Lukaku is not playing tomorrow because then Barkley should start behind Lukaku or someone else. So I accept what the guy said. And when Couch also said, why do we have to give Barkley more chances at Chelsea? I don't think Barkley is being given more chances than Cho. Cho play more games than Barkley. In fact, Barkley has been marginalized more than any other player. That's the other thing. There's the reason I'm feeling more. I feel like I have to defend Barkley. I keep saying that in my nature, I'm not like stay in the same team where my number was taken away from me. Just like that, it's just frustrating. I cannot handle it. And Barkley stay in that team, and every time he given a small 10 minutes, he play like he doesn't care. He just want to stay at Chelsea because Chelsea is the one big team. And he's 28. So we're not asking for Tuchel to give more chances to Barkley. I'm just saying if Barkley deserves to be in the team, and I think he deserves to be starting tomorrow game because Mount is not available. And I don't think Loftus-Cheek is better suited to play that position. He's not better than Barkley playing in that striker between those striker line. Loftus-Cheek is not as bad. Is not as good as Barkley. So that is my argument. I know I'm not going to convince a lot of people here, but that's the way it is.
No, it's fair enough. Tell me what you think of Pochettino's...
Listen, man, some stuff happened. Tuchel was a PhD coach, right? And Posh doesn't seem to be doing too good also there right now. Even with Messi, what are those? The other two mega stars.
Boogie. And Neymar. The question was, and I'm paraphrasing. Why are they leaking so many goals? And his answer was because Chelsea are a defensive team.
No, but the thing is jealousy. It's just pure jealousy. The thing is, Tuchel comes to Chelsea, and what Tuchel have done with our team is just too much for Poch to even sleep at night. That's what he's saying. That doesn't make any sense.
The worst thing about it.
We dominate game like crazy.
The worst thing about it is that that's what you expect rival fans to say. and that's what he
Yeah,
said.
that's fine. Yeah, and the other thing is we create more chances. We just don't score them. That's the problem. So how do you call us?
Hey, Boogie, we scored him. We have. Hold on, MDT. We scored the second highest number of goals this season. So we are scoring goals.
We're just a perfect team. We don't let go.
How many? Yeah.
But we
scored a ton and we conceded very few. Sorry, MDT. Sorry, my bad, bro.
Yeah, MDT,
Yeah, Boogie, sorry. Yeah, Boogie, if you watch Telefoot, they've been giving Poch hell because they keep saying Tuchel done this, Tuchel done. The PSG might have made mistakes. If you watch Kepa Arrizabalaga as well in France, Poch is under pressure. That's why he's diverting this, whatever. He's throwing shade at Tuchel, say he's a defensive coach. And also they're comparing his record so far to compare to Tuchel, saying that Neymar played better under Tuchel than him. You know, all those things like that. So obviously he's gonna say something crazy to just get newspapers talking. I think he's a crazy guy. Let him enjoy his PSG team. Let's see what he's gonna do against Man City this week anyway.
Listen, I want to ask the guys in the chat for a favor. Guys, look, I'm literally 17 subscribers away from 300, 8,300. Can we hit that tonight? There's 82 of you in the chat right now. There's got to be at least 17 of you who haven't subscribed. So if you can subscribe, that would mean a ton to me. If we can end the night on 8,300 subscribers, I would very much appreciate it. Listen, guys, we spent a lot of time talking about Barkley, and rightly so. I believe Ross Barkley has earned the right to be talked about on these platforms because he's been putting in the shifts, he's been doing the work. Okay, so I think we do need to address his performances and address the good things that he's done. We spent a lot of time talking about bad decisions by him, bad passes, bad shots. Let's give him his dues when he does good things. But I want to talk. We're going to be live for another 15 minutes, so I want to talk about the game tomorrow in respect to what we can expect from Leicester City. How is the game going to pan out? What do you guys think Leicester's going to be doing? What do you think we will be doing? So let me hear your thoughts on the game for the next 15 minutes. We'll be concluding the stream. So let me hear it, lads.
I think Leicester's one of those teams that have, when they've won, they've always been fortunate to win. When they've lost, they've usually put up a good fight. I don't see. I mean, to be honest, if we turn up, we should beat Leicester. When they came to the Bridge after the FA Cup, which I think they were rather fortunate to have won. They got turned over.
Great strike though.
Yeah, it was a good strike, but it's one of those worldies. Sometimes a worldie does that. And we just didn't have our shooting boots on as usual that day. But really,
we didn't have. Yeah, well, I was going to say we didn't have Mendy in goal. If we had Mendy in goal, it might have been a different outcome.
Well, that's going to be another. You're going to be on here for another hour now if we start that one. But yeah, I mean, if we do what we're supposed to do, we should beat Leicester. They're a good team. They're a team that will give anybody a bloody nose. They're not going to roll over, but we should beat them. What's going to happen is they're going to press in the midfield. I think it was Jem that raised that issue about the strength of their midfield. But their strength is to try and hit on the break or to try and hit with a worldie, which, worked once, but, does lightning strike twice? Rarely. Can happen, but rarely. So, I expect just a big fight tomorrow, but I really expect we should come out on top.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just saying, anybody else have a take on the game tomorrow?
Yeah, it's going to be physical. It's going to be fast, like Leicester always do, and they're going to be the tackle is going to be heavy, and Vardy is now going to stop trying to tormenting our defense. So we have to keep our composure back. And at the same time, when you have I keep forgetting his name. Number 21 or check his name. Oh, God. Anyways, let's have that guy that is. I think he's a winger sometime and also midfield sometime. I can't remember his name. He's a left-footed. Let me.
Madison. James Madison.
Is it Barnes?
Barnes, actually. No, but Barnes. Yeah, Barnes. Yeah, actually Barnes. He always caught his head this. Yeah. If we have that, if we James and Chilwell, I don't know which side he's going to be coming from. They need to be looking for because he's really good hitting the ball, really clean. So I think, other than that, like Bobby said, if we play our game, like that's the beauty of Chelsea. We can win any game if we play our game. So at the end of the day, we should be winning that game. But if we start doing something else, then we'll have a problem because Vardy and Madison and Barnes, if Inacho is there also, then they will probably end up scoring on us, and we'll be running after that game till the end, and that's it.
I mean,
but I feel like we're winning tomorrow, 2-0.
Yeah, I brought up their record so far. They've had 4 wins, 3 draws, 4 losses. They've lost 1, drawn 2, and won 2 in their last 5 fixtures. No, the last 5
just in
fixtures.
general. Sorry.
Yeah, in general. So,
okay.
So I mean, compare that to the team on top. I mean, look at that. 4 wins, 1 draw against, unfortunately against Burnley. Conceded only 4 goals, and scored 27. The only team that scored more goals than us is Liverpool with 31 goals. The only team that's anywhere near us when it comes to goals conceded is Man City, and they've conceded 6 and scored
I'm not
22.
sure. I'm not sure I like where you're going.
No, where I'm going is Chelsea are having a fantastic season. Chelsea are doing really well, and Leicester City. One second, Boogeyman. Leicester City are a very good team. They're a very good team, but we should not be worried. We should not be worried. In fact, I think we need to bounce back from that Burnley draw, and this is a game that we need to do it in, because Leicester City tomorrow, when they play Chelsea, one thing that they have in the back of their mind is, look, we're better than this. We should not be sitting 12th. We should be going up this table. So they will be playing us with with an ambition to win.
Sure.
And that could be their downfall. I'm just saying that.
It's a dangerous game based on what you've just said, because we don't want to be the team where they play against and then we help them turn their form around and they start winning games.
Yeah.
So,
we don't want to see Charity FC be
no, we don't. Let it be the game after us or the game after that. We don't need to be that team.
Kasim, you talk about our defensive performance. Do you think Christensen and Rudiger are right now in the right mind?
No, I agree. Very, very, very good point. Very, very good point.
Yeah. Do we sit here and still thinking, okay, before the international, everything was good and then everything will be good? I just don't know at this point. Well, are those people as focused as they used to be? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be difficult. I really do. And I think Leicester will sit back, but then when they break, they'll be very, very fast. They'll try to, they'll just try to overrun us basically on the counter. So we have to be very careful. I think maybe they'll sit back for the first half, and then they'll open up in the second half. I'm not sure. We have to be careful. So if we score first, that would help a lot. So the game plan will be out of the window, and they'll have to open up to try and get something out of the game.
Yeah, I think again one thing we underestimate in the old when Leicester beat us, even in the FA Cup or even last year, even on the Lampard, whatever, they've not attacked us. What they did, they suck us in and they punch us on the nose. Leicester will not press us. You know what they will do? Their two strikers will chase our defenders just to in case they make a mistake. But their midfield, they're gonna play two defensive midfielders, Ndidi and Sumare, and they will have Madison in front of them because Tielemans is injured. And then they will have Vardy with one of either Nature or what's his name? What's his name? Daka, one of them. So what those people will feed on is any mistake or any ball over the top or any mistake from us. Leicester is just gonna wait for our mistake, and they will pounce or hit us on the break. You know, the FA Cup final, that was a mistake by Reece, by the ball hitting Jose Perez's hand, and the referee refused to call a handball. You remember? And then we were hit on soccer punch with that shot because all our players were up the field. Only 3 defenders were there. So Leicester is not going to attack us. What they will do, they will set traps. They're going to set traps for us. So if Chelsea play correctly, we played with our mind, we should be able to beat them. Or if we go there thinking that, we're on top, we have 60% possession, we have 70% possession, that's a false, how do you call it? They will put us into that false,
sense of
false
security.
mind. We're thinking that we're in control, like, thank you very much. And that's what happened against Burnley, because we were on top so much, we thought, you know what, we're in control. All it takes is just one slip-up. And Leicester will defend very deep. So it's up to Chelsea, the chances we have for us to score. These games is very important to score your first goal, your first chance. The first chance you have to score. That's how you kill them.
MDT,
if we do that, we'll win. But if we
the
go
thing,
there and start playing about like what we do,
how do you break the defense? If they're going to be defending so deep, how do you break that? What would you suggest?
No, we're gonna have the chances to break them. We have the players to do that. The thing is, we will have chances, whether it's half chance. But that's the thing. When you have your half chance, take it. Don't try to sidestep a pass, try to lob a goalkeeper, or try to do things like that. We don't want any fancy stuff. I don't care whether you score the goal with your butt even, it's fine. Whether you score with your eyelid, it's fine. No need to be fanciful. That's what the young players have to realize. Whether it's Cho, whether it's Kai, stop playing this one to score a perfect goal. Just hit the ball. Just hit the ball.
All right, MDT. I'm gonna have you go first. Score predictions for tomorrow. Kick us off, mate.
Boogie, don't laugh. It's my normal prediction. 3-0.
MDT with 3-0. Guys in the chat, I want to see your score predictions.
Okay,
in the chat, let me see your score predictions. Boogie, 3-0 tomorrow. 3-0 tomorrow. What do you reckon?
Listen, I will tone it down a little. 2-0. I think we're winning tomorrow game 2-0. And
2-0.
I just think that team like Leicester, even if we score one early goal on them, they're going to sit and wait. They're sucking it. This is those teams, they know Chelsea. When we score on any team and that team trying to play, we destroy them. That's clear. So even if we score one goal on any team, especially from the 8th position all the way to the bottom, they're not going to rush. The coach will tell them, just wait. Just keep playing. Make sure they don't score a second goal. And they will keep it that way till the 80 minute or anything. And then they start crossing the ball in our box. So it's everybody keeps saying we need to score the first goal. Now, we need to at least end up scoring 4 or 5, just so they can say, okay, let's just go out. They're going to win anyway. But if we score one goal, I think Chelsea will start panicking at 75 minutes again, like against Burnley. Same thing. Because the APL team, they just sat. They're not going to worry too much about taking. They know the chance will come when they will take 1 point from us. So that's the thing. That's why I disagree with MDT saying, we need to score early goal. It doesn't help. Chelsea need to put from 0 all the way to the end.
You make a very good point. But I will say that Chelsea, like Mo Kasim told you already, we have the best defense in the league. So we can easily win the game 1-0 if we score first. But
against Burnley, we score first also. You remember that?
No, but that's just one match. We've kept a lot of clean sheets, and you won't keep a clean sheet every match, but most of the time we will.
Okay. I'm finished. Thanks, Eric, for your I mean,
All right. Eric, what's your predicted scoreline?
Yeah, I would love to be as optimistic as Mo, but I'll go with 1-2. So
1-2.
obviously Chelsea
All right.
win. Yeah.
2-1. Yeah, 2-1. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an away fixture.
And
So,
Leicester goal is open play or just a penalty kick or own goal?
Maybe from a corner. I'll go with from a goal from a corner.
all right. Not a Vardy goal.
No long shots.
No long shots. Okay. All right. Bobby, I know you don't do predictions per se, but let me hear your thoughts.
No, I don't do score predictions at all. One day I'll tell you the history behind that. Look, Leicester are a good team. We know this. They're a dangerous team if you're not on point when you play them. We know this. But we're a better team than Leicester. We know that as well. I always look at these things from a certain sort of pragmatic view. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to go back to the Burnley game. We all have slightly different opinions of what we think happened that day. But these things will happen. It's football. It's the Premier League. It's always going to have things like that happen. Just like when we were caught with our pants down against West Brom in one game last season. Tomorrow is going to be a game that I think is going to go two ways. Either it's going to be a battle, or we're going to turn them over. And why I say this is that, yes, they know us. Yes, they're going to, try and set traps and things like that. But I think we've gotten to know, or rather, Tuchel has gotten to know Leicester now. The FA Cup game, the Premier League game, it exposed a lot of what they're about. And our coaching team do know Brendan Rodgers very well. So there's not going to be any surprises from either team. What happens tomorrow is a matter of quality and a matter of tactics. And if we do what we can do, we should be able to take care of them. That's my opinion. It's not spoken out of confidence. It's just spoken out of observation of reality. Chelsea could be their own best friend and their own enemy. We saw a bit of that against Burnley. A team that we should have taken to the cleaners. We ended up allowing them come back in the game and draw 1-1. That was the bad side of Chelsea. The good side of Chelsea we saw against Norwich, where we absolutely wiped the floor with them, as we should.
Yep.
So, we're that strong a team that, everything is in our hands. And we have to go out there with the right attitude to get the right result. Because I'm with you, Mo. I think it's very important that we win and maintain the momentum on top of the league. But I also think it's very important that we win on Tuesday as well. So, every game, as it is always with us, is a must win.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, Bobby. Totally agree. I mean, when I was talking about, which one is more valuable, which one is more important, don't get me wrong. I think both games need to be won because I want to see us finish top of the group in the Champions League, and I want to continue this this good position that we have in the league because every team for the past few years that has won the Premier League title, they've done it by building up a decent gap because you will have bad games, you will have a couple of bad results, and you don't want to have that derail your ambition for winning the title. So you need to build that buffer between you and the other teams. So when you do have those bad games, you're still able to maintain the challenge for the title, and that's what I want to see us start to do now, especially with the way the results have been over the past few weeks. We can do it, and that's what I want to maintain. Listen, people.
Can I just quickly add one quick thing for all of us to remember? Bayern Munich got beaten today. This is post internationals. all these other big teams, you know, the likes of Man City, Liverpool, you know, even the other teams, Arsenal, Spurs. I mean, this weekend's going to be quite interesting. You know, post internationals is always interesting, and nobody's infallible. And in that sense, Chelsea are slightly in a stronger position because a good number of our players have actually been at Cobham this international break.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Bobby. Sorry, Bobby, you are right. Last time around as well, when Bayern came back, they lost 5-1 after the international break. They struggled after international break. That's why we have to match Leicester tomorrow.
No, listen, tomorrow's game is not an easy one. I mean, yes, you know, I brought up the table and I've talked about performances and results and whatnot, but it's about the boys on the pitch tomorrow. It's about, you know, being up for the fight and being up for the challenge, and I think we are. And I think Leicester would also not make it easy because they want to rectify their position in the league. Leicester City being 12th, for them, this is a disaster. For Brendan Rodgers, this is not acceptable. And I'm sure, things that are currently going in the press has an impact in respect to that. But I think Leicester and the fan base will not be happy, and they'll be demanding a good performance against Chelsea tomorrow. So we've got to be careful. Listen, people, it's been a fantastic stream. We've had a good number of people in the chat throughout the whole of the stream. We've had a lot of people hit that like button. We passed 100 likes live on air today, so big up to everybody in the chat who has hit that like button. I'm really happy to see us hit more than 100 likes on the stream. That's my target, and when we do it on stream, it means a ton to me, so thank you for doing that. And we've had a lot of new subscribers today as well. We've had over 25 new subscribers joining the channel while we've been live today, so thank you to all the people who have subscribed to the channel. And if there's anybody in the stream right now who hasn't subscribed, consider it. We will be live tomorrow, half an hour before kickoff. We will be live. We will watch the game together, and then we will talk about the game after the game. It will be one long stream. It will not be broken up into bits. So we'll start the stream before the game, and we'll continue until after the game, discussing everything that has taken place. You're all welcome to jump on at any point through that stream and just banter with us. The streams, the watch-alongs that we do on the Blue Lounge are casual. We'll sit here, watch the screen, have a giggle, have a laugh, start shouting. It is what it is. We're football fans at the end of the day. We're not journalists. We're not media people. We're just like you. We're football fans. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. We're going to be watching the game together.
Don't put my credentials down, man. I'm a top journalist, man. MDT probably not. Bobby and Eric Blue can accept you.
Listen. MDT, he's my scout. All right, MDT is a person who I task with getting me, information about the way this player plays, his tactics, his whatnot. Bobby, he's my historian. Bobby's my historian. Bobby, I'll give him, and Eric, he's the guy who has a really sexy voice. Right, and you are the cause of controversy on my channel. So we're a fantastic team.
Eric he's got a voice like Don Cornelius, Soul Train. That'll tell you how far back I go. Oh dear. Just Google it or check it on YouTube. Any of the old Soul Train
will do
clips.
Will do.
You also talk really slow also.
Eric, do you want to respond to any of these what's the word here? Comments.
He has a potential. He doesn't use his voice properly, man.
I have no comments.
I think Boogie wants to be your agent, Eric. He can be your agent for.
Before I be your agent, you need to like Barkley, man. If you don't like Barkley, you're not.
Come on.
Listen. He like Barkley. Don't worry. We'll work on that.
Barkley's Nigerian.
I'll tell you something. If the team sheet comes out and Barkley's on that team sheet, tomorrow we're gonna have at least I don't know, 100,000 people watching the stream because of you.
I won't be surprised. Like seriously, I'm not saying that just to create controversy. I just feel like if Mount is not there, Let's just.
I'm gonna tell you guys, if Boogeyman Barkley is on the team tomorrow, I will be happy for Barkley. But guess what? Not for Boogeyman. I will plead like Bill Clinton. I don't know this woman.
Listen, it isn't. Listen, having Barkley in the team in itself is not good enough. We need to have Barkley in the team, and he needs to perform. If he gets a goal, boy, if Barkley scores tomorrow, boy,
the team I would have loved
next
Barkley
level,
to
some
start.
next level.
I would have loved Barkley to start for Nigeria. That would have been perfect. But obviously, he chose England, so it is what it is.
Yeah,
he's too good for Nigeria. That's all it is.
Is he? Are
Boogie,
you sure?
come on. I love my Nigerian people, you know.
No, come on, you can't do that, Boogie, man.
All right, guys, listen, we've gone 5 minutes over the allocated time for the stream. Big up to everyone. Thank you all for taking part. Loved the stream. Enjoyed it. It was a great discussion. I'm trying to find my outro. All right, people. I will see you tomorrow. 11:30, 12 o'clock. Kickoff's at 12:30. We'll stream tomorrow at 12 o'clock. I'll see you all then. Have a good night, people. Peace out.
Peace.
Come on, Chelsea. Come on, guys.
Thank you.